What is up, my beautiful gemstones? Welcome to Friday night, the weekend live intuitive oracle with myself and Ghostdragonzw. Thank you guys so much for coming in and hanging out with us. I have a new deck, the Lords and Ladies Oracle, which looks really cool. I only used it to read for myself real quick to get my energy off of it. Really tired tonight, but hopefully Spirit will pep things up for me and we'll get through and just have an amazing night. As usual, I missed you guys so much. I hope you had an awesome week. I hope you've been enjoying the shorts. Guys, remember, you see 15 seconds. That 15 seconds could have taken me like 3 hours. So I like to try to get the voice like in sync. So just because you're watching 15 seconds, that doesn't mean it was quick for me to make. So please show the shorts some love. I've been trying to leave comments on as much as possible. And as I get more comfortable, I'll leave comments on more, but I do leave comments on for the Oracle, the intuitive Oracle shorts that I do. So thank you so much for all of your support. And on Monday, we will be discussing Dream Demons. That's going to be the members only video, but it'll be public for the 24. Usually I forget and it ends up being public for like a day or two, but at least 24 hours. So those of you who can't afford memberships right now still get to watch all of the content. And so my views go up as well. And then for the other video, we're talking about 2 disappearances, Emma Philippoff and Mark Pendergrast. They're very mysterious. They're probably going to be a part of my new book, Gone, Mysterious Disappearances, which I have for pre-order pre-release. I got to check on May 1st. It'll be done way before that. So, all right, guys, let's see what is up. And Edna got my notification on. See y'all soon. All right, girl. Mama Cindy Lee. Hey, sweetheart. Long Island Bigfoot. I hope you're still hanging around. Okay, can we move down? No, I guess we're not going to work tonight. Okay, Arrow. The Bat Mom, Melissa Nicole, Miss Bacon, Grey Wolf Paranormal, Miss Lindsay. What's up, girl? Stuffing mushrooms. That sounds good. I made shake and bake Parmesan pork chops with homemade mashed potatoes with skins and onions and steam and bag ShopRite brand carrots. And they were delicious. They were so good. I don't normally cook big dinners because RJ is an extremely picky eater. He barely eats anything I make anyway. And Ray gets home fairly late. Plus, I work a lot. I've got RJ, but tonight I asked Ray to come home early so we could have a family dinner, and he actually did it, and it was great. Even though RJ didn't eat, it was still really cool. And I love to cook. I just like to see people appreciate and like enjoy the food. And if that's not going to happen, I stand in my kitchen next to the stove and eat my dinner like every night. I eat my breakfast there, I eat my lunch there. Like that's just where I am. So to sit down as a family, which we usually do on Sundays, is really special. And I'm glad I had that experience tonight. Mark Hall said, what's up, sweetheart? Madison Teague, Miss Lotus girl, welcome. My darling Deb girl. She said, I thought I was late. We were going to start right at 7, but we were yip-yapping in the back. Mom's moving next weekend. She's moving to only about 15 minutes from me instead of the 1.5 to 2 hour drive. She won't be 9 minutes from the beach anymore, but she will be so much closer. And we're really excited. But next weekend's going to be super duper stressful. So pray for us, right? We're a bunch of anxiety addicts. And then there's Ray. So it'll be great. Mom's going to be a lot closer, so she'll be here. I won't be streaming from Mom's house anymore unless I stream from there next weekend, which is tentative. We may end up doing this Thursday. But when she does move, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled. It'll be every Friday for Live Intuitive Oracle. It won't keep switching between Friday and Saturday anymore. Guys, just so you all know, yeah, this week really did fly by. Miss Pixie, what's up, my sister from another mister? Do you like it? Listen, the next time I'm going to buy a wig, which I won't have to for a long time because you hooked me up, not to mention the other 30 that I have, I'm going to send you the looks and you're going to choose because I might get 1 out of 5 wigs that I like that fit me right. You sent me 5 and all 5 of them look amazing. Humble bragging, but they really do. So thank you for that. Good instinct, I guess. Guys, so you know, here's what we're going to do. Ghost Dragons normally will put your name in the chat when you're up next. He'll put like the next 4 or 5. Some people don't see that. I normally just listen if I'm listening to a live stream or a video. I don't really watch anyway, so I get that. If we call your name more than twice, you can't just come back in and like jump in line. Like we won't make you wait till the end, but we'll like fit you in. because we've been having issues of people that are hanging out the whole time. They're in the chat, they're contributing, and then people that leave the chat for whatever reason, we're not upset about that, jump back in and want to immediately be read. And it's not fair to the people that have been here waiting for 2 hours. But we also want to give leeway to people, the pot's boiling over on the stove and you run to get it and miss your name being called. So we're going to do our best to accommodate everybody. We just want to make you guys happy. We don't want infighting or people being angry with us. Also, and I have to say this real quick and we will get started very soon. There are not going to be chances with the cussing in chat or anybody arguing over religious, if you're being negative or coming from a place of anger, I guess, or agitation, we're just going to time you out. Not to be mean or anything, but because sometimes everybody needs a timeout. I just have to crack the whip down a little bit more because I keep getting limited monetization on my live streams for that reason. So don't be mad at us. We love you all, but it's just kind of we'll put you in the corner and give you a timeout, and then you come back in and give us a hug, and we're all good, okay? Ghostdragonzw is back there like this. Let me say hi to everyone else, and then we'll get started. Nicole Perrone, what is up? Roger Blair, hi. So good to see you guys. I really miss you all. Miss Smoochy Girl. A bad month, and it's only the 8th. Let me say one more thing before I bring Ghostdragonzw in. So I mentioned this, I think, either last week or the week before. First of all, I'm back on the Red Bull, but I'm only having 1 can a day as to my usual 3. So just so you know, you're going to see me sipping. I'm back on it, but only 1 a day. And I've really been pushing myself to just do 1. So March is a month that's like October in a way, where October, the veil starts thinning. I hate that phrase, but it's the easiest way to put it. On the 1st, and then throughout the month, it'll get very, very thin. The line gets more blurred between us and the spirit world, our 3D reality and the spirit world. And it's usually a really good thing. It makes you vibrate a lot higher. For some reason in March, a lot of people's energy really dips. It's kind of like the in like a lion, out like a lamb with the weather in March. Your energy does that as well. So good news, if you're having a bad beginning, the end should start looking a lot better. Let's bring them in.
Hey folks. Hi folks, how you doing?
Oh, prom tomorrow. Guys, my oldest son's girlfriend has her prom tomorrow. I've told him for a month to get his suit ready and have her corsage ordered, etc. So this fool went to the dollar store and made her a cheap corsage. No. Listen, it'll be a good way to see if she's shifty and just looking for money. You know what I'm saying? I would love a dollar store corsage, especially handmade. Do you know how special that is? I don't know if these Gen Zers would see it that way, but I guess I'm just an old school. No, Nicole, nobody's getting timed out. I was just mentioning that sometimes debates in this chat, it doesn't happen often, but they do get kind of heated, and YouTube's cracking down on me, so I'll have to crack down on y'all. I don't see it being an issue. I'm just forewarning you guys, please try really hard. It is so annoying that grown adults can't,
behave.
Say the poop word. No, say the poop word or have a heated discussion about something. But this is not the place, even if religion happens to come up with one of the cards, I would just rather not deal with it. Miss Jules Enigma Nut Slap. I like his girlfriend more than I really like my son right now. Prom is a huge deal. I didn't get to go either. But I probably would have been prom queen. I'm just saying. I'm just kidding. I wasn't that girl. I mean, maybe I was in a way. I don't know. Okay, so let's just get started.
Okay, and I'm going to say my first hellos to our dear Aunt Edna. She was here first. Good to see you.
Mom, me too. I had 2 kids by prom. I was married. I got married on my 18th birthday on March 1st, 2001. I got married while pregnant with my second child. I get it. What's up, Raymond? Okay, let's do this.
Click the wrong button. I'm sorry. Edna. I said hello, dear Edna. Hello, Edna. You're next, Edna.
Okay.
She will be now, Edna.
Edna, this is Witch, woman in total control of herself. My daughter is going to be doing prom soon. That's scary. Yep, courthouse wedding. Yep. I was hoping to have a princess day in this relationship, but hey, there's still time. Guys, crystal, I keep forgetting to show you, but every week I keep a crystal on my computer. It's the energy that I'm working with for the week normally. The meditations, the yoga. So this is the fire quartz that Darling Deb sent me. It is so powerful. This tiny little thing, okay? First of all, actually, it's a pretty big tumble, but you guys know what I mean. When I got it out of the mailbox, it was pouring rain. It was freezing cold out. The minute I put it in my palm to like check its energy, it turned so hot, I had to put it down. Excuse me. So definitely something that I'm working with. Love it. The Bat Mom, you know, there's always, your life can always seem better in a better light than someone else's, right? I always say, no matter how miserable you think you are, your life is someone else's fairy tale. I could say that about my sisters, but I won't. All right, Aunt Edna. Oh, I love it. I love it. I barely put it down except to charge it. It's really worked wonders for me so far. Okay, Aunt Edna. All right, we're doing that. Jules, I don't hear any whispering, but I'll keep an ear out. I do hear, there's definitely, I mean, obviously there's always people here, but I got Deb's main spirit guide here. He's been here for like what, since yesterday afternoon, Deb. He's a trip, but I do hear some commotion in my, I guess it would be called linen closet. I think it's shadow people, so we'll just be on the lookout, right? Blue, where are you? All right, Anna, you got card number 11, the songstress. When was the last time you had a conversation with the moon, made music for the night sky, sang songs to the stars? When was the last time you showed up fully just as you are and offered your voice to the universe, which incidentally, universe means one song. So many of us let the idea of quote unquote perfect get in the way of quote unquote good. We refuse to make an offering of our art, music, service, ideas, mission, or soulcraft because we feel we aren't yet polished enough. We aren't accomplished enough, not educated, experienced, or professional enough, or we're too much, too old, too late, too unoriginal, too much, and not enough, steal time and take lives. Somewhere along the way, Aunt Edna, we let perfect in the door, and it robbed us of our passions and of our offerings. But a witch, a woman in total control of herself, knows she is part earth and part sky. There are moonbeams in her veins and birdsong in her soul. She, like the moon, can show up with a single sliver of herself and still shine. She honors the birds that sing down the moon and sing up the sun, knowing they don't sing because they're professional or because they're trained. They sing because they have a song. Now is the time to let go of expectations and the demands of perfection and offer yourself up in this moment, regardless of how much or how little you have. Show up, sing, shine. The world needs you as you are. And yeah, I do, like, I know you're going through some stuff. You talk about some of it very openly in the chat. So I feel like I can speak openly about this. You are not giving yourself enough credit. A lot of the things that aren't like happening for you or aren't going right for you, or like those times you think, well, I might as well just bite my tongue. You're doing that to yourself. And this isn't a judgment or an indictment. It should be an eye opener, an awakening. Okay. See my little Wi-Fi thing. I hope it doesn't start acting up. If so, I'll get up and unplug everything. The opportunities you may feel like you're missing, regardless of what they're for, you're the one stopping yourself because you're feeling, I'm not physically capable. I am too old. Nobody's going to take me seriously. I hurt for you that you would think this way about yourself. And it's not like you're walking around depressed, woe is Aunt Edna all the time. But I think when it comes to taking action, you're a lot less likely to do so now since your injuries. You've let them handicap you. And they're handicapping you spiritually as well, because you are not growing spiritually, because you're not actively pursuing it, because whether you realize it or not, you're putting too much pressure on yourself. Birds sing why? Because they have a song. You have a song, and you have things that you're supposed to be accomplishing and doing regardless of whatever else is going on in your life. And I feel like you're the one that has to give yourself that strength and take your power back. You've given your power up to the universe, to the lower vibrational part of it. You need to step into your power and get it back. Start taking decisive action. Stop biting your tongue. If you want to do something, at least try to do it. You're way too hard on yourself. Exactly. Way too hard. And what it's doing is it's causing people to like turn elsewhere. Whereas like if someone were to normally come to you for advice, they're not going to come to you now because they think that you can't handle it. Right? Or if someone has a problem, it's like, we're going to go to Aunt Edna, not anymore, because you're putting out this energy, not realizing it, this vibe of, I can't. You know, you're blocking experiences, you're blocking opportunities, you're blocking people from coming in. So please think about that in the next week or two and take decisive action to pull yourself out of this slump. I know it cannot be easy. None of us are having an easy go of it right now. Not a single one of us. It's March energy. The Ides of March, indeed. I don't know what Ides means, but if it's something, the opposite of Ides, something negative of March is definitely the energy. And it just is what it is. It's every March. You are, yeah. And I don't think you're purposefully putting up blocks, but you definitely now have these blocks up that you have to deal with on top of everything else. So start reconnecting with spirit, with your energy, with the universe, with the earth, you know, grounding, simple grounding technique, barefoot in the earth, under the moonlight specifically here. We're not talking, I don't know why the moon, but the moon is more of your calling right now in this space and time than the sun. So spend some time outdoors at night, under the full moon preferably, or under the moon in general, and keep your feet in the earth and remember who the F you are. Your mother F and Aunt Edna. That's it. She goes, I don't know what it hides means either. I'm going to look it up. Who's next?
Just look into these eyes, Edna. They're going to tell you the truth. Oh, Cindy Lee.
Mama Cindy. I'm going to use the magic of you. So someone, pure genius, last weekend as we were packing and leaving my mom's house, decided to put my birthday cake, which was a Carvel ice cream cake, on top of the box that my Oracle decks were in, so that on the ride home, it melted into my decks. Luckily, no damage at all. None. I managed to wipe all of it was only on the covers, so it didn't get on any of the cards, and I was able to easily wipe it off with a wipe, but I was angry. Yeah, mic drop. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was definitely attempted sabotage, but didn't work. The Oracle of Divine Circus was a little hard for me to open because it had a little chocolate on it, but that's it. That was like the only agitation I had to deal with on that. So that was good because they really could have been ruined, you know, and I don't have the money to like rebuy decks. I have over 200 now, even though y'all only see like the same 25 all the time. All right, Mama Cindy Lee, you got card number 28, Sacrifice. What can you let go of? Cindy, do you feel you are being kept in the dark? Do you feel like you are buried? Redefine your thoughts to contemplate that you are not buried, but planted. Soon it will be your time to bloom, to be aware and to know, but for now you must merge with the darkness in order to grow. The maiden has sacrificed her ego to become her primal self. Her reptile-like spine descends from her pineal gland and plunges deep into the earth, rooting her into the mother's dark embrace and plugging her into Gaia's source. Is she emerging from the earth or being drawn down into it? Both aspects are appropriate for you to be considering now. On the one hand, she's planted, and on the other, she's blooming. When this card appears, Cindy, it's time to consider what you are willing to sacrifice, to let go of. What are you prepared to recycle in yourself, in people, places, and things around you in order to nourish and grow? The harder the sacrifice, the greater the exponential growth. So Cindy actually means, the meaning of the name Cindy and I obviously know this, is belonging to the moon or moon goddess. So short for Cynthia, but if you're just Cindy, it's belonging to the moon. If you're short for Cynthia, it's moon goddess. There's a connection already tonight, even with these first two cards with the moon. Mama Cindy, there's, yeah, no, Nicole, not. There's a lot going on in your life right now. I mean, obviously everybody has a lot going on, but I feel like there's this element, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, you will by the end of the next 2 weeks. There's this element of a lack of control. Remember that fear, that our ego is only fear, right? So it's our fear telling us, no, don't try that. You may be rejected. No, don't. You're not good at that. Don't. That is ego. I do feel like it's getting in the way. I'm not talking about ego like when you look in the mirror and you love yourself, right? I'm not talking about narcissistic egoism. I'm talking about simply being too fearful to speak up. It's like you feel like, how can I put this? What? For everything, in control of nothing. Responsible for everything, yet in control of nothing. That's the energy I'm getting from you for the next week or two. That's what's going on right now. And you can either step into this energy and have no control and not, not be able to do anything except kind of micromanage if you can, or you can say, no, forget that. Again, like I said to Aunt Edna, taking your power back and only relinquishing control of the things that you want to. Somebody here is taking. All I hear is to take. They just are taking advantage of you, taking you for granted, making you feel this lack of control. Let me tell you something, Mama Cindy. You are totally in control of everything you think, say, and do, how you react, how you respond. Don't let someone take that away from you. Don't let someone, like the reactive abuse where you're abused and you don't say anything and they just keep going and going and going until finally you snap. And then the whole argument is no longer about what they did to you to hurt you. It's about the fact that you just snapped. That's the type of energy I'm seeing here. Don't let anyone take your power from you. I feel like you've relinquished it little by little in a certain situation or relationship. And now you're looking around like, what is my life? Either what is my life? What is my relationship? What is my job? There's something here. If it is not working for you, change it. Invite your guides in, have them help you. Pay close attention to your dreams. Miss Grey Wolf, did you say Grey Wolf? I'm using celebrity spirit. Not liking the theme. Well, it could change, but I do feel like a lot of us are feeling a lack of control. The moon is secrets, either being kept and or being exposed. That's what the moon is. So this reconnection to the moon is getting more in touch. The moon is the feminine, the sun is the masculine. So it's getting more in touch with our feminine nature, whether we're male or female. This isn't talking about your gender. It's just talking about your energy. Right? We always want to have that balance. And the moon, a lot of us don't pay as much attention to as the sun. We look out the window. Is the sun shining today? Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is it bright? Can we go out? It depends on the sun, whether or not we want to be outside and be connecting for the most part. Some people I don't mind the rain. It doesn't bother me. We don't look out the window to see if the moon is shining to go to the store. Do you know what I'm saying? The feminine energy is often really neglected. And sometimes we need to be reminded that it exists and we need to connect to it. My dreams gave me the answer dealing with my youngest brother. Don't back down, especially if you know you're right. Do not be bullied. I see a bully here. Bullying energy anyway. All right, Miss Grey Wolf. Paula Yates. I don't even know who Paula Yates is, but all right. Hope is a gift. Card number 15. Okay. Shouldn't have said I don't know who Paula Yates is because now she's here. That happens all the time. So her, I always forget the word of what this is. Mission in life, her label in her contract as written was explorer. She became bohemian, free spirit, flirt. Paula Yates was born on the 24th of April, 1959, and died on the 17th of September, 2000 of a big H overdose. She was a free spirit and an astrological Taurus. She was a television personality, presenter, and writer, best known for her two very successful television programs, The Tube and The Big Breakfast. Paula began her career as a music journalist and was a co-presenter on the music program The Tube on Channel 4. She made a record, a version of the Nancy Sinatra hit song These Boots Are Made for Walkin'. She also wrote 2 books on motherhood after the birth of her 2 girls. She was outlandish, funny, and sensational in her work. Lindsay, until Eve gave him the apple, Adam didn't even know he wasn't wearing underpants. When Paula came through in one of my seance sessions, she was very childlike, wanting to talk about love and how important it was. She appeared to be very intelligent, unlike her public image of the rock girl. She also mentioned how she found love with Michael as her soulmate, which was all-consuming. Paula was a wild card, a bold, bossy, romantic soul who lived her life recklessly with romantic love. She loved her children dearly and had an insatiable, hungry passion for love. Wow, that sounds really familiar to me, meaning me. The meaning. This is about believing in love, Lindsay, passion, and devotion in their truest forms. It generally means that you need love in your life in some shape or form, not just romantic love, but an interest in anything like art, music, family, gardening, that sausage that randomly popped up in your personal reading last month. Doesn't say that, but I'm just saying that was the most random thing I ever picked up a flash of. I'm like, yeah, blah, 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 you make sausage? Blah, 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 and like, I don't know where it came from. The funny thing is she does. I didn't know that. Anyway, it's about allowing romance into your life because as the lover, we achieve intimacy and have the ability to feel special, which energetically flows and affects other people in our lives. When you get this card, it's about the scent of having an exaggerated affection and appreciation of someone or something that influences the organization of your life and environment. When you have this influence, it feels good for your self-esteem as it gives you a boost. It's time to stop and smell the roses, to have and attract loving relationships into your life. When we start to love ourselves, this is easier to accomplish. Once you tap into this energy, you will begin to see all types of beauty in everything you do, and many people will be drawn to you. Now, I know you're married, and I would never personally talk about how good or bad your relationship is. So what I want to say here, though, is there is some type of intimate relationship. So intimate doesn't mean romantic. It just means you're very, very close and connected to the other person. That is very dissatisfying. The love is not being reciprocated. You feel lost. You are a Cancer sun, very emotional, highly affectionate. And if that energy isn't being reciprocated, it's like a flower that like refuses to bloom. It's wilting. That's you, the wilting bud. If let's just say this is your romantic relationship. If you can't find satisfaction in love, intimacy in that relationship, try extra in other areas. And this doesn't mean go out of your way and allow people to take advantage of you. This means go and find people that do stimulate you, that do reciprocate. And I'm not talking about anything sexual, even though I know that's what this sounds like. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about intimate connection with other people. You're becoming a lone wolf, no pun intended, and you're not meant to be. Some people are meant to be. You are not. You're wilting. You're forgetting and losing yourself. Even if you don't realize it, you are. Think about your goals, your dreams. 20 years ago, where did you see yourself as far as love? If it is your romantic relationship or whatever relationship it is, and you're not being fulfilled, but also it's something where like you can't just get up and walk away, turn yourself around. Look at other areas. What are you passionate about? Who would you like to spend more time with? Who fills up your cup? Please stop worrying about what this person. So there's this person that you're giving, even energy, even if you're like barely speak to them, you're still giving energy. They're still in your head without paying rent, taking up space all day. Expand that energy and give it to someone or something else that is worthwhile, that is going to reciprocate, and let that situation grow stagnant and stale on its own. You don't have to wilt with it and grow stuck, stale, and stagnant with it, Lindsay. There's so much potential here. People around you that want to be close to you, but you're withdrawing because you're starting to feel like everybody is going to be like this person is. And that's just not true. I wish that you lived anywhere near me. All of you, I feel this way towards. because I give free hugs. Like, I'm just saying, sometimes that's all we need. You are very emotionally neglected. And I don't mean to call you out, but I see it all over your energy. And it hurts me because I see your spirit. Someone like you, like most of the people in here, if not all, it's again, the only way I can really explain it is like a flower that is refusing. It can't open up because it's not being cared for properly. That is you, and you're withdrawing, and you shouldn't be, because there are connections that need to be made. Emotional connection is better than anything. Yes, there's intimacy that's to be had. You can be intimate without being sexual. I have intimate relationships with a lot of people that, it's not a sexual thing. And hey, girl, if you're dissatisfied there, I don't know, do something. I don't know. I can't really give advice on that, but just saying. I'm being facetious, guys. Come on. All right, who's next?
Okay, since I take it Mike doesn't want a reading, so we're just going to go ahead and do hello, dear Bat Mom.
All right, Miss Bat Mom. So, Mike, if you do want a reading, let us know. Bat Mom, I'm going to use Shaman's Dream. You're welcome, Miss Grey Wolf. Melissa Nicole, you need to reconnect with yourself first. I just heard that. Your team is like screaming at you for even saying that. I don't know. I'm staying out of it. No, Mark, you haven't been called yet, sweetie, but I do think you're coming up. Miss Batmom, you got Will-o'-the-Wisp. Treasures hidden in the shadows. Card number 62. Treasures hidden in the shadows, the great mystery epiphany. Batmom, Will-o'-the-Wisp hovers in the luminescent glory above the twilight moors of your life, whispering for you to step into the fog, into the mystery and the unknown. Thank you. Bless you, Miss Grey Wolf. I really do appreciate donations, guys. You may have been visited by her before, but though intrigued, you refused the invitation. It would be safer, you decided, to remain on the journey you know. While you always have a choice as to whether to follow her or not, you never know when you might encounter her again. In this sense, turning away has its own consequences. Why is the known so appealing? Remember, this isn't in the book, but I keep hearing Batmom, the lesser of two evils is still evil. The devil is still a devil, right? It's only when you wake up to its restrictions, its soft prison or golden cage, that you realize there has to be more. Will-o'-the-Wisp has come to you, Batmom, once again to offer you magic, but you'll have to sacrifice certainty in the pursuit of adventure, your comfort zone for the dangers of discovery, your well-trodden path for the detours that may very well lead you astray. Or will they? Can you accept that losing yourself will bring you closer to your true self with a capital S? The profound shift of an epiphany can occur only when you risk the detour and enter the unknown. Now is the time to trust higher forces to lead you into these places, these worlds hidden at the threshold between what was and what can be. Here's where you will learn about your own unmaking, to unmask yourself. Batmom, love what you discover, dark or light. See it all as divine and find a quiet, thrumming power waiting for you to channel it into the world for good. The treasure you find, filled with the wealth of love and kindness, true prosperity, is ripe to share with others. So she is here for you now, but will you accept her invitation? A great bounty of goodness awaits you. This is talking about being so comfortable that you're not willing to try a different way or try anything better. You're comfortable in your own misery. And I'm not saying you're actually miserable, but you know what I mean? Like, all the situations that are going on right now that, may be upsetting you or maybe having you feeling down, there are different ways that you can handle these things, but you would really have to step outside of what you're comfortable with. For example, hi, Munchie Chipmunk, welcome. Thank you for becoming a member. For example, I know that if just say your romantic relationship is bad, you may not be able to say tonight, okay, I'm leaving and just go somewhere. But you can start like taking action, right? You are inactive in several areas where you see things that are wrong to you that you don't want to accept, but you're kind of just going along to get along and dealing. The universe is saying, if you step outside your comfort zone, if you remove yourself from being in this energy of your ego, the fear, right? I'm not talking about narcissistic ego. I'm talking about fear-based egoism. If you can let go of that and take a chance, stand up for yourself, stand up for the other person, say what you really mean what you really say, enforce your boundaries for once. Don't just say, if you continue to yell at me, I'm going to leave this room and come back in 15 minutes after you've calmed down. Actually do it. Show people you mean business, okay? Stop letting people walk all over you because they quote unquote know you're not going to retaliate. You're nobody's whipping girl. And I feel like it's time for you to speak up and say that. Guys, I really have to go pee-pee. I will be right back. I'm drinking from a Stanley. Like, what do you want? I'll be right back. Ghost Dragons, keep them company, please. Don't leave it silent.
Blame Ghost. Yeah, my ears ringing too, so don't feel bad. You made my ears ring. You brought it up first. I was staying quiet, Edna. You brought it up first. You're making my ears ring. It's Edna's fault. Trying to stick me with it again. Oh, Melissa, we love you so much. We do. I better do dishes. I got out easy. I did them before I came on. Hello, Heather B. Welcome. And Munchie Chipmunk, welcome. Entertain us? How do you want me to entertain you? She could be gone for days. That could get ugly, guys. What does the ear ringing mean? It can mean anything. It depends on who's ringing your ears. It could be solar flares. It could be an angel screaming at you to do something. It could be a bad thing yelling at you to get your crap together, but they're going to burn you at the stake. It could be anything. No, I don't know. My ears usually ring when something bothers me. There's somebody hurting somewhere, or I'm feeling it, or because of the sun's been real active lately, so they've been going, both of them have been going nuts all day. So, and now back to Gemma.
Heather B, the wrench. Oh, welcome, by the way. The wrench next to people's names are moderators. So, like, if someone comes in and starts trolling me, cursing, saying bad things, you can put them in timeout, block them, and report them with the wrench. Basically, everyone has one almost. I haven't given any out in like a year, but I just gave one to everybody. Munchie Chipmunk, I'm so happy to have a newcomer in. By the way, Heather B, you'll be receiving an April reading. I do that every once in a while when I have a little bit of extra time to newcomers to get them more familiarized with the Oracle and how it works. So I will text you the link to that when I have it done sometime by the end of the month. All right, who's next?
Okay, I'm sorry. I was reading chat. First of all, yes, I'm ready. Roger, I was always in Godzilla. I'm always ready. Next is Melissa Nicole. And I'm sorry, blink your eyes at me blankly, waiting for me to shut up. Okay.
Melissa Nicole, I'm going to use classic horror.
And the trailer was great.
I love this deck. Batmom, they're $20. Heather, you're welcome. Yeah, $20 to PayPal or Cash App, but you have to put what it's for because I also charge $20 for autographed copies of my books and all that. So if you put like reading, yeah, they're $20 for the generals. You know, I charge more for like the face-to-face and the questions if you want just love, but generals, like you always get, just $20. Yeah, and I feel like I should be charging more, but like right now, it just feels right. It just feels right to do 20. Mostly people don't really purchase them, so I think this stream kind of gives people what they need for the most part, and that's okay. Like, I'm here to help whoever needs it in whatever way they need it. So you guys are so sweet. All right, Melissa, come on, Miss Bacon. Twins. The Shining. I definitely know this picture, the two little twinnies.
Are they from Tennessee?
I pulled twins for her today. I'm sure she won't mind me telling you in her personal, because she gets a personal every month. And she pulled the twins. It was funny. It didn't have anything to do with her being a twin, but it was just funny that she pulled the twins. So the twins, The Shining in the upright, directed by Stanley Kubrick in 1980. Come play with us. Consider the space you're inhabiting and the effect it has on you and other people. Good energy may be neutrally arrived at or the result of effort. Bad energy may be inbuilt, a curse deeper than a hexed carpet pattern. There are two ways to approach most situations, related but individual. The solution need not be as dull as all one or the other. Upright, emphasize work, putting effort into the relationships in your life that are worthy and deserving of them. Melissa, this is you putting the work behind what you're trying to manifest. You can sit there all day doing the 555 method where you write your manifestations out like 55 times. I used to do that, but you can do that all day. You can pray all day. You can speak to the universe and invite your guides in for help all day. If you're just laying in bed, I'm not saying this is what you're doing. I'm just using this as an example. If you're laying in bed all day eating bacon bits and watching Netflix, no, you're not going to, meet your new soulmate because you're not getting out. You're not even online at that point, right? You have to put effort behind what you're trying to manifest. Say you've always wanted to own a hotel and live in the penthouse. Well, if you're not making money or if you have the money, you're not looking into it. Do you know what I mean? A hotel isn't just going to fall into your lap is basically what I'm saying. In the upright position, this is focusing on putting the work, the effort behind what you want in your life. If you're unhappy in your romantic relationship, leave. And I hate when people say just leave. And I would never say that because I know coming from so many abusive relationships that you can't just leave. But you and I and us, we've all been talking about this with you for a really, really long time. So even if it's not your romantic relationship, whatever this is or whatever these things are that are making you miserable, that make you feel unfulfilled, you have to look inside this time. This time it's like, what aren't you doing right? What are you doing to put effort towards obtaining and achieving these goals? And I think you're going to see that you may be a little lazy about it lately. Maybe you're just like, I'm done. The universe is telling you, don't give up. Don't give up because it's right around the corner. Remember, everything you wanted is right there in the ether. You just have to work your way towards it by taking, risks and accepting opportunities, usually outside of the realm of your comfort zone. The more uncomfortable we are, usually the more we succeed at something. But laying around feeling sorry for yourself all day, and I'm not saying this is what you're doing, and I'm not trying to be mean or cruel. This is what's coming in. These are the exact words that I'm hearing. That's why I'm saying them to you. So please don't be mad with me. Laying around feeling sorry for yourself all day is not going to get you any closer to your ultimate goals or to achieving your true destiny, to aligning with your chart, to being on your path. You are destined for greatness. We all are. What are you doing with that potential? It's another card about stepping into your power as well. I know, I'm sorry. I hate when messages like that come in because I feel like I'm being so mean, and I understand not wanting to fight for something anymore and like not knowing what to do. My whole brain is procrastinators meeting postponed. Like that's my head all the time. That's why some people get, like, you'll get a March reading on March 6th. You're already in March, but I can't help it. It's just my brain is quicker than like my ability to act and react sometimes, which is why I talk so fast. Munchie Chipmunk, thank you for that. This is the best chat on the internet, and I take no credit for it, but I've never had someone leave this chat without saying that they felt better and they felt great. And I'm so happy that you're picking that energy up right off the bat. These are my gemstones. Welcome to being a gemstone. And I hope you'll let me read for you if you're ready. If you're not, that's fine too. Who's next?
Okay. Next is Mr. Mark. Hello, Mark. Thank you for the waffles. And
Melissa,
we're going to slide Munchie in right after them.
Okay, cool.
And then Madison, if you're listening, you'll be after Munchie. Chipmunk if you're still listening, okay? And then I'll try to call you again a little later because I know you come and go. And there you go. Thank you.
Melissa Nicole, I don't watch Netflix either, but I paid $30-something a month so my son and his girlfriend could watch it. And I'm not complaining. I love doing those types of things for him. But I wanted to boycott Netflix so bad. And I couldn't because my son and my future daughter-in-law love it so much. All right, great. So Munchie, you'll be next after this reading. This reading right here is for Mr. Mark, who I'm so proud of, by the way, your spiritual journey, everything you've been working on, the hard work and effort you've been putting in. I hope it's paying off for you because just like everyone else here, you're destined for greatness. And I want to see everyone achieve their dreams and their goals, you know. Miss Pixie, we're not worried about you because you always say goodbye before you go. So Munchie Chipmunk, where are you from? Mark, you got a time to say goodbye. Oh my God. I love this woman's artwork. Jasmine Beckett Griffith. They have some of her statues, like the Anne Stokes, the Amy Brown, on Amazon. I swear, once I get contracted again, I'm going to treat myself. They are so beautiful. Card number 13, Mark. A time to say goodbye. Something is about to end for now. Mama Donna. Multifaceted Jules, fancy meeting you here. I always thought your picture was of Snoopy. I don't know how I got Snoopy out of that, Jules, but I just realized it's not Snoopy. I don't know what's going on. Mark, a time to say goodbye will help you to let go, even though it hurts a lot. This is now out of your hands. You have to say goodbye at this time. Be active in this ending when this shapeshifter card comes to you. Be brave. Think about how you can best take care of yourself at this time and show the other person how much you care. Don't ignore or shun them. Rather, let this person know what he or she has meant to you. Wish them well on the next stage of their life journey and let them go. There may be great sadness in doing so, but you'll grow so much because you've chosen the better way to deal with the sad situation. This other person has learned how to detach and stay detached. They ask that you do not ask for them to return, to stay, or to cling. Be strong because you need to be dignified and believe that something better is coming. Because that is the truth, something better is coming. So open your arms and set them free as they have learned to be. I just want to say, I've talked to you guys about losing my income in January. Very suddenly, my contract ended. I was no longer making $3,000 to $3,500 a month. I was making zero. No savings, no credit cards, and PayPal and Cash App empty. I still have not gotten a contract back. I'm totally dependent on you guys for income, donations, and books and all that stuff. But my point is, I keep telling myself, at first I was really freaking out about it, but I keep telling myself that the reason that happened is so that something so much bigger and so much better can come in for me. The universe had to make room. And if you can look at whatever this situation is like that, I always tell you guys, Mark, think of your life as a chessboard. Not that you're playing chess, but just think of a chessboard with all of the little spaces have pieces on them. You can't fit any more pieces. That's your life. You get stuck, stale, stagnant. You can't move anywhere. Nobody can come or go. It's stuck. When the universe removes pieces, there's room for people to move, to breathe, to learn, to grow, for more people, opportunities to come in, even though it may be hard because you're so comfortable and used to the people around you, the situations around you, even when they're negative. Human beings get comfortable and we sit but that's not what we're meant to do. We're supposed to be as uncomfortable as possible. I never would have stayed off of drugs for 5.5 years without a single relapse if I wasn't incredibly uncomfortable most of the time for the first 2.5 years. Mark, a time to say goodbye speaks to you. We all must learn how to let something end. The time has come now for you. Something is about to end. Someone is about to go. And it feels like a part of you will die when they depart. Take heart, as we will help you through this time of endings, of letting go, and sometimes of holding tight to that which must be released. If a beloved being is leaving, energetically or physically, you must now let them go. It'll make you sad, but there will be a rebirth of sorts. You will move through this time, and there will be new people, allies, friends, and experiences to comfort you once the change has taken place. Your heart feels a little like breaking, we know, but we're here to tell you it'll grow whole and shine again. But first, There must be a goodbye. Divination, this is a time when you are reluctant to see an ending. You may wish to extend the time you have with someone, or you may even feel like you are being cheated out of something you deserve. But the truth is that things must die in order to be reborn in another form at a later time. This is the chosen time to go, and from the ashes, something new will arise, and it will be even better than you can imagine. Rebirth cannot take place without a death, and it's now time to end something, to let something both externally and internally die. It may be a long-held belief, a place that seemed to hold security, a friendship that has grown unhealthy, someone you've been going out with who no longer wishes to see you, or a beloved family member who may not be in this world much longer. Whatever it is, let them go. Something else will return to you, and you cannot be reborn unless you first know how to die. This is your chance to learn something very profound, deep, and important. Do not miss it by resisting what must happen. So, okay, Mark, whatever this is, it's going to happen regardless of if you accept it or not. And I don't ever like to talk about like people actually dying, even though I can see it. Like if I look at someone, they have flies all over their face. I can tell when they're going to pass. I can tell by someone's energy. I've predicted deaths before. This might be a death of someone. I'm just going to be honest. But more what I'm seeing is you having to let go of, I don't know if it's like an idea or a dream or the like the dangling of an opportunity. I kind of see it as someone being like, just wait a little while longer. I got you. Like it's letting go of all expectation, basically, is what I'm seeing here. So this could be the ending for anything, really. And I don't know enough with one card. That's why I do the personals, to really tell you what's going on here. But what I do see is you wanting so badly to believe that this isn't ending, that it's not true, that you don't, you want to believe that you don't have to let go, that nothing's wrong. I see someone keeping a secret from or lying to you, somehow manipulating you to keep you kind of in place, right? Like telling you like, no, don't worry. I'll make you a star. Go get me a beer. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of energy I'm seeing here. Someone is using and manipulating you to their own end with no thought to reciprocate. Whatever has been promised to you, let it go. Don't expect it. No expectations of anyone or anything. It's basically impossible, but the universe, your spirit team, they want you to try to just accept things as they happen. If you need to grieve, grieve. If you need to cry, cry. But make sure that you're letting go of expectation. If someone doesn't want to change, they won't. When someone shows you how they feel, believe them. And remember that other people's actions have nothing to do with you. Someone said to me the other day, everything I do, like I think my girlfriend hates me because she's always yelling at me everything I do. I don't know why I make her act that way. No. You can cause someone to be upset. You can cause someone to be angry. How they act and react in return to you, yelling, screaming, possibly hitting, that's all on them. They are making a choice, right? So this is the prime example. And I don't really know where this is going because this is one of those messages that just channels in and I don't know what I'm saying until I go back and watch. It happens like once or twice a week. So here, when you talk about like say an abuser, you ask the abusee is like, no, it's my fault. I pushed them too far. Or if I didn't do this, you ask them like, okay, when they get upset about something going wrong at work, do they hit their boss? No, they have the ability for self-control. They simply don't express it on you, right? You're not making anyone do, say, think anything. You may be making them feel something, but it's up to them to do what they want with it. So Mark, don't have any expectations. Just let the universe work around you. If I were you, I would actually take a step back from like all my relationships. It doesn't mean don't talk to anyone, don't see people, but don't expect anyone to come through for you. If there's been a promise here, it's probably not going to happen. And you're going to have to understand that this person did that on purpose. They're vibrating very low right now. And the best thing to do would be to separate. It could also be someone who is about to pass. I just want to see, Munchie Chipmunk, do you identify as male or female? I'm only asking so that I can read your energy better and pick a card for you properly. And I want to see where you said you were from.
Michigan.
Michigan, nice. You could tell where I'm from just by listening to me talk. My coffee. All right. Okay, great.
You said the magic word. Are you going to fill my cup?
I wish I could drink coffee still. I can only drink it from like Dunkin' now and Starbucks. I'm gonna go fill my Stanley. You got me. Stop. Can we stop and not do that? Like, seriously, you can't be here unless you're going to show some respect. These little baby temper tantrums are not going to work, and I will remove you from my home and my energy and from this stream if you don't stop it. Throw another deck at me. Throw another book at me. And watch what happens to you. I swear to God, they're like little kids sometimes. Go sit in the corner. Leave me alone. I'm on the phone. You stand over there. Line up. Stop talking.
Might be my kin.
Want to just threw out the classic horror oracle guidebook at me.
And she answered your question.
Yes, I saw that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Let's do the vampire oracle. Oh, yeah. Le Vampire. No, it's just like, calm down. You know, everyone's going to have their turn. Oh, Munchy Chipmunk, thank you for coming in. We love new people in here because people stumble in here. And again, I take no credit. It's the energy. It's because spirit is here, right? When I'm channeling, there's deceased people. Your deceased loved ones are here. Your spirit teams are here. And it's just like a whole big party on this end, which is why a lot of the times I just talk really fast and ramble, but I don't interact with the chat because I'm distracted. But people will leave here, and this is like the beginning of an awakening, right? For you. Guaranteed in the next few weeks, you're going to feel really different, and you're going to be looking at things differently. And it's not a bad thing. It may be weird and confusing. That's why anyone can email me. You can always email me with any questions or anything you might be going through. It may take me a few days to get back, but I'm always willing to help guide in that sense. Because I feel like when people are drawn into the stream, it's my responsibility to try to help you guys through. And you might also activate as far as any abilities that you may have. And that could be scary. So me being scared of my abilities my whole life to the point where I became a drug addict, trying to get away from them. I understand that fear, and I just really want to help people. So yeah, and it's so true. I always say, like, if Uncle Bob was a perv in real life, like when he was alive, he's looking at you in the shower. Like, I'm just saying that's what's going on. All right, Miss Pixie, I got you. Really great comments in your comment section last night, Lara. I was reading through some of them. You're doing such, I know you don't need me to tell you, but you're doing such an amazing job and bringing so many views into my channel with your live stream. I appreciate it so much. And girl, this wig though, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, Mark, you missed your whole reading. It was a long one. This is your card. Honey, can you type that out for him in case maybe he's like on a lag? All right, Munchy Chipmunk, sorry about that. I get carried away. You got card number 3, the card of knowledge, study, learning, and education. Can you imagine what it would be like to have a lifetime likely to stretch out for 1,000 years or more to learn, to study, and to discover? For this is what we vampires have, an eternity to study knowledge. The best of our kind take this miraculous opportunity to study, learn, and develop wisdom. As with this card, we can see that knowledge now seeks you. Munchie, ask yourself, what do we wish to learn? We can share what we study. When we learn, it's to fulfill our need to understand what's left of our human selves. We wish to reach a greater depth of understanding about the sensual life we lived, the cold we felt, the way in which humanity has developed, your medicine, your technology, while your nature and part of ours is left untouched, still primal. When you receive this message from us, it's time to consider the great treasure houses of wisdom that exist in your world. It's time to step beyond being quote unquote entertained by the trivial sideshow of mainstream television and entertainment, to cease sleepwalking through your life and become aware of the decreasing span of your precious mortal days. Ask yourself, what is it that you want to learn? A language, to paint, to think and to think well, to use your gift of the human mind. Perhaps medicine, herbalism, and other helpful sciences attract you. It's time to read, explore, and learn more, live and die, and experience all you wish to through the treasure of story And the treasury of knowledge, that is books. This card can also indicate a need to ground your work, beliefs, or knowledge with research. It's not always enough to simply go within. Go within the souls of others too, and discover the incredible richness and potential of the human mind while also expanding yours. The blessing, you know you are being called to become a student again, a true student, and follow in the long line of brilliant ones who learn so much and then pass the knowledge on again. Books will figure greatly, as will reading, research, and note-taking. There may even be lectures at which you could spy one of your undead friends radiating happiness that you are finally stepping into the full brilliance of your beautiful intelligence. And don't worry, I will translate this for you as to what it means personally for you. I will say, though, it is a very interesting card for you coming in here for the first time and getting this. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute. So that was the blessing. The curse of this card, you may feel that you're tired of studying or that you are too something, too old, too busy, too short of money, too open the books of knowledge and learn. But the library of the world's wisdom is now being opened to you, and you would do well to have a disciplined approach. Working with this card, you will be divinely guided to find the right course to study and the best books for you to read at this time. You're always learning, and this is what makes you wise. So as I was saying, you may activate. Do you know what I'm saying? You may start suddenly having all of these spiritual questions. I don't know where you are spiritually, wherever it is, though. In the coming weeks, you're going to... Oh, thank you, Miss Pixie. In the coming weeks, you're definitely going to have questions, okay? You're going to want to learn, whether it's about spirituality or not. I do get a sense that that's what it's going to be because you're in this stream, and that's usually just what happens. Something else I'm getting, your team is very adamant that you need to stop distracting yourself. Spending time with yourself and going within is different than distracting. So watching YouTube videos, coming into live streams and doing this all day, like taking a break from work to do this. This is what you're doing on your break. This is what you're doing in your free time. It's entertaining. It's fun. And we need that in our lives to a point and or certain degree. But what's more important is that we what's the other word? It's not distraction. It's on the tip of my tongue. Like just spending time understanding yourself, grounding yourself in the earth, learning about your spiritual growth or anything else. I also see you becoming more aware of certain people and situations around you. So in the next week or two, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I promise you, I'm 1,000% sure you will. I never miss. I've never in almost 4 years had anyone say that I missed. Not once. The one person that did emailed me 2 weeks later and said they were sorry. Munchie, this is you finding something out, but I feel like it's something you kind of already knew, but like didn't want to deal with. Like, okay, I didn't receive any factual evidence, like anything tangible. So I'm going to pretend like I'm ignorant of whatever this is. And now it's going to be in your face. You're going to be basically presented with it. And it's like, what do you do with it? Well, that's when you have to look within and really think about what you want out of life, what you want out of whatever this relationship or situation is. Make sure you're enforcing boundaries. So it's very easy for empaths, for anyone to set boundaries. I can say, if you speak to me like that, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. But it's much harder to actually not talk to the person anymore, right? No matter what they do, because we form attachments. Not everybody has your heart. Not everyone has your mind. Someone here is trying to pull the wool over your eyes about something, and you're very aware, even if you don't know all the details. You know they're lying. You know they're keeping something from you. I feel like it's more of like a lie by omission type deal, where like you didn't ask, so they didn't tell, when it was their responsibility and duty to tell you. Does that make sense? Please, if you come in next week, let me know how that worked out for you. Guys, I'm really sorry but I'm drinking a lot of water. I have to use the bathroom again, but I'll be quick, I promise.
Should we put the timer on her?
It's that Stanley Cup, I'm telling you.
I hope you're feeling better, Chris. Hello, sir. Next will be Madison. Then after Madison, Miss Lotus, if you're there, you're coming up right at him. Right after Madison, okay? I think I better keep my hair long. The gray hair is really starting to come through now. Well, the white. It's not gray. It's white. My dad was looking at it going, dude, your white hair looks awful white. Yeah, drink that water. She needs to. That cup's huge, too. Just watched the new movie Damsel. Was it any good? The trailer. I'm trying not to watch too much of the King Kong Godzilla stuff. I want to go in surprise. I'm pretty good about keeping myself away from too much. Because white. Actually, I like white dragons. White and blue dragons are cool to me.
Guess what? Donna and I, Munchie Chipmunk, you're so welcome. On July 3rd, Donna and her friend, I think it's Liz. I always go to call her Lynn, or her name is Lynn and I call her Liz. We're going to see Alanis Morissette and Joan Jett. I haven't been to a concert since I was 6, and my dad took me and 6 of my female cousins and my sisters to the New Kids on the Block concert. He won the tickets on Z100. Chris Jarvis, I hope you're doing well. Who's next?
Madison.
Madison,
ready to go to I'll come and get you, and I'll take you to I'm going to go see my buddies, the Misfits, here soon. So you can come with me and see how us punkers really party.
I was into their music when I was in high school.
Yep, I'm going to see them.
Slayer used to always go into my stepdad's restaurant in Patterson. I was going to say something. Dang it. Yeah, Roger Blair. I think so, for sure. I was going to say something. I forgot, though, so. That's going to bother me. So, Madison, we're using Black Moon Lilith. All right, hopefully it comes back to me. Remember, this doesn't mean your Black Moon Lilith is in this spot. It's just the energy coming in, right? So my Black Moon Lilith is in Capricorn. Ghost Dragons is in Scorpio. But this says Black Moon Lilith in Aries. Whether or not that is your chart position, that is the energy coming in for you, Madison, in the next week or two. Munchie Chipmunk says, I do find myself spiritual. Yes, a little more sensitive than most. We did talk through email about Black-Eyed Kids. I've been watching for a while, but today was the day I wanted to be more involved, I guess. Well, I'm glad that you made that decision. I always love when, especially like you're familiar with my work. That's amazing. Yeah, the BEK. Listen, if you come in here and you don't immediately leave, you're probably ultra sensitive and have some ability. Usually it's our energy that scares away the people that aren't willing to face spirituality or like the reality of quote unquote reality, if that makes sense. Yeah, we hope you'll like being here and that you'll come back and be a gemstone and join our little secret club. Okay, Madison, you got card number 1, Black Moon Lilith in Aries. Okay. By the way, guys, if you don't know where your Black Moon Lilith is, cafeastrology.com and click free natal report. You just have to put in your name, your birth date, the place you were born, your gender, and if you have it, the time you were born. You have to know the time within 2 hours because that's when everything shifts on the horizon. I don't know exactly how it works, but if you do that, you will get like a 68-page interpretation of your specific chart all about you. And the only thing mine got wrong is that I'm supposed to be like this huge animal activist, and I'm not interested in pets. Like, I don't know. Okay, Madison, lead your life. When this card appears, the universe is calling for you to embrace your desires, set boundaries, and learn to say no. You may feel the need to take on the world by yourself, rejecting support from others for fear of appearing weak. This can leave you feeling depleted. The lesson here is that you can both lead others and rely on them for support. The first step is to change your belief around independence. Aries is the masculine first sign of the zodiac, ruling over the self, identity, and personality. Symbolized by the ram, it's an energetic fire sign that prefers to blaze its own trail. When Black Moon Lilith is here, you can feel forced into the role of having to do everything on your own, or your desire and natural tendency toward independence can trigger other people. Madison, the mother may have had to lean heavily on their masculine energy to support the family. Singer Billie Holiday was a natal Black Moon Lilith in Aries, With a teen single mother and an absent father, this can be an inherited pattern of self-reliance and fear of support from others that can leave you feeling unfulfilled. So the feminine shadow work here is accepting support is healthy and will help lift energetic burdens. Once you accept support, the universe will manifest more people who want to support you. You're opening your divine feminine container to receive abundance. The divine masculine shadow work, the dark, you secretly admire and gravitate toward independent energy. This creates inner tension with your own masculinity. The key is to learn to lean into your leadership while accepting and integrating other options. Allow divine masculinity to shine while also giving space for others' desires. Madison, release the shame around who you are. It's time to embrace the fire that burns within you. Yeah, it's really time to let go. I know not everyone in here is Christian, but I say this. Take it as it resonates and how you see it. I always say guilt, shame, fear, and regret, they come from the devil. As child of the creator of the universe, of God, whatever you believe, ain't nobody got time for that. Madison, you have to release this guilt. You have to not only release it, you have to understand that you're not going backwards. So stop looking that way. You have to understand that everybody has a story. Everyone has something they wish they had done differently. You know, maybe it's not as easy for you to talk about it, but there are people being placed into your life that you can open up to, that can relate. When you have that kind of like simpatico energy where someone says, oh my gosh, I've been through the same thing. And you and I have been through some similar situations. You don't know that, but I do. So if you ever wanted to reach out, I still have the same phone number. It's like you're afraid that if you express who you really are and talk about things that bother you, I'm just using this as an example. Say you were in an abusive relationship for 10 years. You're traumatized, right? Regardless of what the abuse was, you're traumatized. So now you don't want to tell people this because you think they're going to judge you. Like, why were you there for 10 years? Why didn't you, my favorite thing, right? Why didn't you just leave? So you don't want to talk about it, because that's been your experience, rejection, pain, every time you try to open up or set a boundary. Mandy, here's the thing. You have the right to set a boundary. Even if someone's like, oh, you're a B word, because a lot of the times we will get people that call us, especially females, a B word. If you're a guy, you're an a-hole, because you're not accepting someone's toxicity anymore. Understand that we all make mistakes, but until you can let go of them and let other people in, it doesn't mean you have to be like a perpetual open book and just throw all your business out there for everybody, but pick specific people. Find people you can trust. And if someone betrays you, move on and learn the lesson from it. The problem is you're stagnant because you're not allowing yourself to learn the lessons from the things you've been through, because you're sitting in them. They're like quicksand. This guilt, shame, fear, regret. I should have done this. I didn't do that. I should have been better at that. I shouldn't have said that. Why did I do? All of these things are pulling you down. And people are offering you their hand, but you're like, oh no, if you knew who I really was, or if you knew what I did, you're not accepting them. But the real thing is you're not accepting you. Madison, please forgive yourself for whatever this is. I know what it is because I just saw a flash of it. There's a lot, but there's a main thing here, and I would never say it out loud, but please forgive yourself. The other person has already forgiven you. Okay, she's good. It's you. If you keep dragging it on, she's going to keep dragging it on. You need to release it. Who's next?
Hello, Mandy, dear.
Infinite Psychosis!
Hey, Infinite. Long time.
Guys, if you're on the cell phone, I'm sorry, Steven, like Paranormal Pixie said, put a heart.
Okay.
Heather, that was not your reading. I don't know if you thought it was. That was for Madison. Just hang tight.
You're coming up, though, Heather. You are coming up here a little bit.
You're coming up. If you resonate with any of the readings that come up, definitely take that energy, do what you need to do with it. But Heather, you're still to come, baby girl. Lotus Girl, I'm using witch. Trust a periwinkle colored lady. Oh, I get it. It's the zoo. Pull up in a monster automobile gangster with a bad chick that came from Sri Lanka. Yeah, I'm in the tanker, color of Willy Wonka. You could be the king, but watch the queen conquer. First things first, I'll eat your brains. Then I'm gonna start rocking gold teeth and fangs. The reason I brought that up, oh yeah, hairdresser from Milan, that's a monster do. I don't know what just happened. Who did that? You're welcome, and I appreciate you too. Go be you, do you, live your freaking life. Let go of fear, resentment. Life is so much better on this side, I'm telling you. Although I deal with it too. I probably can, darling Deb, but not off the top of my head. I'd have to hear it first. She goes, kids. You're gonna make me use my mom voice. Don't care. Not gonna say it. See, I do the same thing, guys. Like, we have a visitor here that's like, tell them I'm here. Tell them I'm here. But I feel like if I do, it might be disrespectful to the family. How could I possibly do that? You know what I mean? I can't prove that they're here, except I'm telling you they are. And that's where I do the same thing. I just can't respect myself enough to be like, this is the plain fact of the matter. Our recently deceased friend that we all loved is here. And he's throwing decks, and he's tickling the back of my neck, and he's blowing on me, and he's grabbing my feet, and he's doing all sorts of shenanigans as like, just being fun. But if I were to say that, it could end up hurting somebody who's really missing him. Lotus Girl, you got Spider Woman card number 3. I don't use this deck often, but when I do, this card always gets pulled. Oh, darling Deb, you have this precious little boy following you around. Oh, so adorable. That's why I said I want to talk to you Sunday. Because I have a lot more information I want to give you. Head jewelry. Oh my God, Jules, I love it. Head jewelry. Yes. No need to prove, as most of us already know they're here. Yeah, absolutely. In here. But like, if just God forbid, my brother, I don't have a brother, my brother, who I'm super close with, passes away, I wouldn't want someone on YouTube being like, oh, Gemma Jade's brother's here in spirit playing with my toes. I'd be like, I think I would feel some type of way about that. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't, because I would still see him. But I just try to put myself in the position of the grieving loved ones, right? But we know who he is. All right, Miss Lotus, an old Native American story about grandmother spider goes like this. Once upon a time, a mighty hunter went searching for a symbol of hope and survival for his people. Guys, before I forget, PayPal and Cash App, please. Donations are everything right now. He embarks on a quest to find their sacred animal, wondering if elk or deer or buffalo might appear. Instead, he runs into a giant spider web, face first, meeting grandmother spider. Why have you interrupted me, grandmother? You're not powerful like buffalo or swift like deer. How am I to share you as a symbol of power? Grandmother spider answers, you who run over the plains and forests looking for a symbol like deer and buffalo. I think so, Deb. Animals that roam the meadows in search of sustenance, spending so much energy. How much more powerful am I that I can build a net and let my food and my answers come to me? I have no travel, no big expenditure of energy. I simply build my silk net and let sustenance come to me. Now is the time, Lotus, to build your net. The answers, the resources, and the solutions will come to you. A witch, woman in total control of herself, creates an intentional web. She lines it with silken hope, thoughtful preparation, and badass skills. Then she invites, she waits, and she watches. She trusts grandmother spider's example and allows the answers to come to her. This is what we talked about earlier with like prophetic. I don't know if it was you or Carson, but I think it's you too, because it's coming up now, where like prophetic dreams, visitations from spirit, where like here's the thing, Lotus, in your mind's eye, that's the best way I can explain it. You're going to see like someone deceased that you know, that you miss, that you love, and you're going to hear them talk. And you're going to think that you're having a one-sided conversation with yourself in your own head. Please accept the fact that this is a visitation from spirit. It probably will be someone you don't know, that you don't recognize physically, but that your soul recognizes and yearns for and pulls towards. This is ancestral energy. The answers are right at your fingertips. I feel like there's so much going on with you, Lotus, right now. And I know a lot of what's going on personally because you're my best friend and we speak almost every day. But it's like you've got to slow down. There is no solution right now in this moment. There's nothing you can say, nothing you can do. All you can do is prepare for what's to come. And you can use your intuition to guide you into knowing what that is, but you have to trust it. Okay? Sit down, meditate, think about all of the possible ways this could turn out. Then practice by yourself in your mind or out loud practice your reaction to it. Call your guides and your ancestors. Say, hey guys, today I let you make all my decisions. Bring me as many opportunities as possible. Do you know, spirit, even our guides cannot help us at all unless we vocally ask them to. Every day, in every situation. They are not allowed to just come in. You have to ask and you have to give your day to them. You have to turn it over. Lotus Girl, I feel like what you're able to do as a mere mortal woman is maxed out. There is no more for you to do here, except prepare to accept what's going to happen. Whatever this is may not be good for you right now. It may be something even devastating, but in the long run, 6, 7, 8, 9 months from now, a year from now, you're going to look back and say, holy poop. If that devastating tower moment didn't happen, this amazing thing wouldn't be happening right now. And I know that's hard to accept because you have to go through the tower devastation right now. And who wants to deal with that? Sit back, relax. Silence is key right now. Silence is golden. Yes, Long Island Bigfoot, 5 of them, and all 5 look amazing. I couldn't do that if I freaking tried. Gemma, just finished my reading. There is a long-term friendship ending and I'm dragging my feet on ending it. Been told that they have been misleading me. I was told from someone else. You got to do what you have to do. And at the end of the day, guys, we have to protect our own energy. We cannot continuously just give it away to people that are just going to take it. We have to give it to people who are going to turn it into something and give it back. And if they don't give it back to us, at least put it out positively into the universe. I help you, pay it forward. You help someone else. They help this butterfly effect of someone said it in the encounter story they sent me. If you guys watch listener encounters, I think it was 17. They said Gemma, you are having a positive effect on people and touching people's lives to a degree that you will never see. You'll never meet these people. You'll never see the changes that you're making. I have people that message me. I was going on my way to get high and I happened to click on your YouTube channel in the car and I turned around and binge watched your show and cried instead. I don't like that they cried, but sometimes we got to get it out. They found me. They found us for a reason. Sometimes the best thing to do, Lotus, is to do nothing. Yes, Mandy, you did. Thank you so much for that, by the way. I always forget to thank the people who donate through PayPal and Cash App, because when you do it through Super Chat, first of all, when you do it through Super Chat and Super Sticker, I get 51% of it, and I get it at the end of the month. When you do PayPal or Cash App, I get all of it, and I get it immediately, but I don't see it, so I always forget by the next week. But yeah, anybody who donates PayPal and Cash App, this is just like a thank you in advance because it really does help all of the donations. And of course, you guys just showing up, all of my members, the views, you know what I mean? They mean something. The likes, they mean something. My channel in the last 3 months has gained almost 700 subscribers. I was getting 33 in 3 months for my entire YouTube career. So big things, right? I lost that contract. I'm financially unstable, but look what's happening. My channel's growing. My brand is growing. My name is growing. And that's what I want. You got to feel it to heal it. I have a shirt that says, go through what you grow through. It's so true. I'm going to be peeing again. I'm just letting y'all know. All right. Who's next?
Darling Deb. Miss Darling Deb.
I'm going to use the new deck, Lords and Ladies. Yes, and a great advice. You're welcome. Go straight to the source, Mark. Don't rely on what someone else said. Talk it out and be done with it if need be. That's true, because rumors fly. I almost ended several friendships because of hearsay, because I took someone I barely knew's word as gospel over someone I was close with. Make sure you have all the details. That's great advice. I just love it. I tried it on today. I tried all of them on today. And I just love it. It's soft. It's pretty. It's not one that I would have went for. I didn't think I would look good in it. And I tried it on and I was like, you guys saw the short. Who's that sexy thing standing in the mirror? Long Island Bigfoot, yes. Wait. Smoochie wants 2 timestamps. All right, Smooch, we'll do that for you this week. Yes, you're a proper cowboy. I love him. I don't want him to go. Long Island Bigfoot says, holler if you need anything, Mark. I actually have a darker purple one that's a little bit darker than this, and it looks okay, but it doesn't look anything like this. I was shocked. Very unicornous. Yes. I'm magical. With my black amethyst. I love this. All right, darling Deb, caring for the self. Take care of you as only you can. Card number 33, 3s in multiples in the next 2 weeks. Signs from your angels, your guides. They're there, okay? Thank you, Mandy. All right, 33. All right, Miss Deb. Lessons of love and well-being. Looking after yourself is very important. Caring for the self. In times of stress and strain, often the last thing humans put their attention to is their own well-being. They forget that to function, to live well, is to be well. To be well, you must care for you, care for your body, care for your mind, and care for your spirit. The true essence of you, there to guide you through the difficult times, needs to have daily clarity, connection, and attention. Your unique spirit guidance, the true essence of you, connects to you on a daily basis. Whether you hear the messages is up to the clarity, the health of your being. As you can imagine, a vessel that is muddled and unkempt will not shine so bright. Its ability to reflect the light, to see the light within, is held back. It's hindered. Thank you, Ghost Dragons! Deb, think of your own well-being in this way. Keep you, your body, and mind healthy and clear. So you've been exercising, you've been working out. You and I have talked about protective mechanisms because of certain things going on. And what did we talk about just yesterday? Like, you have to focus on self first in a non-selfish way. And that's a running theme in this stream, in this chat. I know, but that's because it's like one of the most important things. Look after yourself by eating well, getting daily exercise and relaxation. Find moments of peace when you can sit with nature. Be with your pets, the loving animals that surround you, including those that are in the wild. Truly be with them so you can feel the healing love they are giving freely and inexhaustibly to you. They love you dearly and will always guide you back to your love center, the heart of you, if you allow it. If you open up to the deep connection that's always there, it just at times gets a little clogged or blocked by daily stressors. Hardships and struggles. You are divine, you are unique, and you are loved. So additional messages: when you find yourself in times of stress and strain, as you're in now, when you feel like giving up and giving in, know that you are surrounded by support, unseeing to the naked eye, yet felt deeply through the breath, as you can connect to your heart center to fill up with divine love that surrounds you. To be all that you can be, to be the unique being of this time and place, open up to love. Let it fill you up and guide you to live a life of purpose. Deb, how interesting. This is everything we've been talking about. This isn't about taking from anyone else. You're not, taking love back, or it's simply toning it down a little and focusing more on you. If someone's not reciprocating to the degree that they should be, that means they're taking. If I give you my energy in some way, you transmute it, give it back to me. If I give you my energy in some way and you're not really invested or interested, or there's something weird going on in the relationship, it's not equal, you're going to maybe give me back some, but the rest of it's going to be wasted energy. And when we do that over and over and over again, we lose ourselves. So this doesn't mean don't invest in other people. This just means don't invest so much in other people that you're losing parts of yourself, your energetic connection to spirit. And you and I are working on that. Like, we talk and You're trying to connect with your abilities, to use them, to learn and grow. You study. I said that from the beginning. It's one of the things I love about you, is that like, you weren't born with the abilities activated, but you're working so hard to activate them so that you can help people with them. And I admire that. So don't think of it as taking away from, just say, use as an example, your husband, right? If he's not reciprocating, and again, I'm not saying he's not, just an example. If he's not reciprocating, maybe don't cook dinner 5 nights a week, cook 2. And the time you would have been cooking dinner, do something for Deb. It's that type of stuff. Maybe don't get up early and make him breakfast every single day. Instead, sleep a little later and spend time with Deb. It's about just taking some of your energy back, some of your power, so you can really connect with the universe with love energy. Because guys, what do I always say? Say it with me. Love is the key to everything. When you pass away, when you go to spirit, the only thing that matters is love. Spirit doesn't understand, neither do extraterrestrials, understand any emotion. Like, they understand it in concept, but they can't feel negative emotions. It's impossible. I might have to pee again, but I'm going to try to hold it in. Who's next?
Hold on, I'll go get the diapers.
Ah, it's a Stanley mug.
And next is Nicole Perrin.
Nicole, I'm going to use night fairies. Yeah, but not only remember yourself, like, put yourself first, at least for the next 2 weeks. Rebuild your energy back up. Yeah, Mandy, it's like, now all I want to do is drink water. And I am. Yeah, darling Deb, that would be ideal, because then the energy is perfectly connected. You have a little boy following you, watching you, waiting. So is that your son? More than likely. Will it be your firstborn? Probably. It's not definite. Nothing's guaranteed, but he is watching you and he loves you dearly. Okay, so you got a special card from Night Fairies. So it's the Roman numeral 3 instead of the number 3. This deck has up to 5 Roman numerals. They're like special cards. This one says the Warrior Fae. So let's check it out. These are translated from like Italian or something, so bear with me. First, I got to find it. How many cards are in here? Oh, there it is. Okay. Nicole Perrone, the Warrior Fae, calls us to ready ourselves for battle in more ways than one. Charge! This Night Fae invites us to wrap ourselves in comfort and protection as we prepare for a mighty task ahead. She wears both her victories and losses with equal pride because she is a fighter, relentlessness, never giving up, moving forward, being ever mindful and vigilant. See with the eyes of the Warrior Fae when it's time to push forward the offensive and further your campaign into new uncharted territory. You are a warrior. It's time for you to fight. Nicole, yeah, it's definitely time for you to speak your mind about a certain situation. There's something going on here where you've been like hoping something was going to change. You're like giving this person or these people the benefit of the doubt. You know, they're still saying, like, kind of like what I said with Mark, where they're still like, yeah, don't worry, we got you. Just a little bit more money, or just a little bit more work, just a little. And they've been kind of stringing you along, and they're full of crap, but it hurts in your heart to accept that. So you don't want to accept that you've been lied to, that you've been manipulated, even if it's something that's in like your recent past, like say a relationship you just ended, whether it's romantic or otherwise. What this is saying is you have the right to give and receive love unconditionally. Unequivocally true. Something happened, and I'm sure something happened to a lot of us, especially in streams like this, in this stream in particular, that made us feel as though we're not worth it. We're not worthy of the same love we give, that our expectations are too high. Nicole, no. Expectations in general are very tricky. We should only have expectations of ourselves. But to expect someone to reciprocate, so again, we're talking about reciprocity, to give at least equal to what you're giving, that's your human rights. And anyone who's not automatically doing that, you need to start questioning those relationships so you can walk away from them, let them go, and make room for new people who will appreciate you, who will love you, who will respect you, who will give more. because they want you around. They want to see you happy. Yeah, you've definitely been tricked and manipulated in some situation. You may already be aware of it, and this is the universe telling you, like, you have to let go. Or it's all unraveling now, where you're finally starting to understand that you're dealing with a person or people, a situation, situationship, relationship, whatever it is, some experience in your life was all a sham. It's not happening. And you feel like this is like wasted energy, wasted effort, wasted emotion. It's not, because you're going to learn a big lesson from this. But the thing is, what lesson are you going to learn? Are you going to learn people are bad, can't trust them, don't give? Or are you going to learn, okay, those people were bad, those people lied. Now I can make room for the new. I'll recognize the red flags quicker next time. I'll speak up the first time something feels weird. Who cares how someone looks at you? I'm going through a similar situation where I feel like someone who I trust with all my heart and soul is behaving very shadily. And I'm afraid to say to them, hey, would you mind, sending me the paperwork on that? Because I don't want them to think that I think they're shady. I don't. I just have an innate knowledge that something weird is going on that they're not telling me. It doesn't mean it's anything bad, or that maybe it's just something they know they can figure out without having to bother me with it. But still in all, I feel weird about it. I have every right to say, hey, can I see that? But I won't, because my fear stops me. And I think, who am I to question this person? Who am I? But that's something I'm working on. I'm building up. Sorry, Miss Pixie. I guess it's happening to everybody. I'm so sorry, guys. Who's next? Slim Shady, faux show.
Who's next? I don't know. I thought you knew.
Don't mess with me. I gotta pee.
Oh, well, go.
No,
and I'm sure Miss Pixie won't mind if you go tinkle first.
Okay, I'll be right back. It's that damn Stanley. They're not allowed to stream anymore. Not allowed.
Yes, fear's not. Fear can be a good thing in the right moment. It can save your butt. But most fear just holds you back. Don't let it control you. That's the first thing you need to teach yourself. Learn how to control it. Good Pixie. Go! Yeah, I was waiting for her to start doing this, like as bad as me. She starts looking like me. I know she's got to go. There's hardly anyone left. Since I got sick, they all disappeared. Honey, don't let that get you. There's always more fish in the sea, believe me. And there's people out there that want to meet you. Yes, there is positive fear, negative fear. But even positive fear can be bad. You got to be careful. It's just a matter of controlling it. When you're in a bad situation and that fear kicks in, that's when that fight or flight kicks in that kind of a situation. Then that's when you have to make a judgment. But that fear is there to warn you and tell you, hey, you need to make a decision.
All right, Miss Pixie, deep, dark, and dangerous. It's all a test. It's all how you react. Yes, absolutely. Nicole, same. Absolute same. You know what? That's okay. And maybe that's what it means too. Like, it's time for you to get back out there, because human beings, we're like social. So let me say this real quick. Miss Pixie, I'm sorry, but I have to say this. So they had this study done like back in I think it was like the 50s or 60s, maybe even earlier, where they had these rats and they had like drugged water and regular water. And they said the rats would always go for the drugged water. And they kept putting this out because they were scaring the public into getting behind the war on drugs, right? Which I think is absolutely ridiculous. I don't think the government, and in a democracy, the government should not be able to tell their citizens what they can and can't put into their body. I believe we should be allowed to use freely. And people are like, could you imagine if drugs were what the world would be like? I'm like, yes, this is what it would be like. I'd walk into a store and say, hi, can I have one bag of such and such? How much is it? Here you go. And then I'd leave. That's what the world would look like. Okay. But anyway, what they didn't tell you is that when that was when the rats were left alone. When they built a whole rat city and put them together, because they're like humans in that they're social animals, they barely ever touched the drug water, if they touched it at all, because they had social interaction. They were able to play, communicate, love, mate. When they were put alone in a cage with no social interaction, yes, they just used and used and used and used. Sometimes being alone isn't the best thing. And if you've been alone long enough with hardly any people left, and this isn't a judgment or an indictment, because I'm absolutely the same way. I have a ton of YouTube friends that I love you guys like family, but in my actual life, Donna Messenger, she's like the only physical person that's near me that I speak to daily. Even my mom. So that's it, right? I get it. But that's when you're supposed to be learning enough about yourself to learn how to speak up for yourself, stand up for yourself, not take any poop from anyone. And once you start calling people out on their BS in a nice way, you don't have to be cruel or unkind. That's when you're going to start attracting the right people who match with your energy. And it may be time for you to get back out there, even if you feel like you physically can't, right?
Can I say something?
Get online. Of course.
Alone time. I say alone time is improvement time when I'm by myself. So I always try to improve something about myself or something I do when I'm alone. So, look at it that way too.
All right, Miss Pixie. Ooh, I don't know that I've pulled this card much. Of course, it's hard to pronounce. So it's a card of service, the Mormolakaya, and it is a dark card. I wonder where Blue Crossroads is. Card number 22. Okay, Mormolakaya, Miss Paranormal Pixie. Service does not mean servitude. Service should not be blind or bind you. Do not give your time to people who don't appreciate you. Justice will be done. Guys, this is the running theme of every single week. Don't give your energy to people who don't appreciate you. The Mormolakaya were female demons of the underworld associated with the goddess Hecate. The term can be translated to mean, quote, terrible wolves. There is confusion about what the Mormolakaya actually were. Many scholars believe that they could be as benevolent as, say, the boogeyman, used to scare children into being good, or completely at the other extreme, blood-sucking shapeshifters who preferred young men to eat. Remembering that dark goddesses such as Hecate had their stories twisted for the negative once Christianity washed over the continent, that's not an invitation to talk about religion. The truth of the Mormolakaya may have been somewhere in between. Hecate was said to have control over dogs and wolves, and that canines of all kinds barked when she was near. This alone would atone for the fact that Hecate may have had wolves or wolf-like creatures working with her. She may too have had daemons, which were benevolent creatures, not demons, daemons, working with her to assist her in revenge or justice. These may have been terrible to look upon, or it may have been terrible to feel their wrath. If indeed Mormolakaya were the monsters they were made out to be, these women who were vampiric and took the form of beautiful seductresses, then their victims may not have been all love and light either. Not always is being of service easy. Not always is finding justice easy. Your plant companion is Hellbore, and your crystal companion is Jasper. Miss Pixie, this is very interesting because we're talking about sorry, I was reading the chat. We're talking about boundaries, right? How much do you give without getting in return before you stop giving? If you were to ask anyone in here, what do you mean? What is that? Does not compute. I told my son a couple of weeks ago, don't ever let anyone tell you you don't give up on the ones you love. That is the worst advice. Besides, don't change. Don't change except to grow would be better. Why did I say that? I don't think you should abandon people, that you care about, but everyone has their limits, and we have the right to be treated the way we want to be treated, the way we treat others. If someone is physically, mentally, emotionally, addictively, I guess, unable to reciprocate our energy, do we just keep giving and just feeding them? No, there comes a time where we have to take a step back, love them from afar, hope they do well, help them here and there, but let them figure things out on their own. There's something here that you feel like you're helping. And in a way you are, but you're also hindering this person or these people or this situation from growing and learning, because it's like, oh, we'll just go to Lara. Lara will handle it. There's no decisions being made. It's weird. I don't know if this is a person or a situation, Lara, but it should resonate with you, hopefully. If not, in the next week or two, it will, where you're giving so much to it, you're getting nothing back, you're being totally depleted, and nobody else is learning anything because you're handling all the heavy lifting. You know this isn't fair. Maybe you're hoping that something will change or expecting that things will start. Like, no expectations, okay? Please be very mindful of your emotional vibration, and please be very mindful of where you're putting your energy, especially in the next week or two. I feel like someone's trying to twist you, like they're trying to make you out to be something negative or someone that you're not. You have to let this roll off your back. You know deep inside who you are, what you're about, what you're doing. Nobody's perfect. Don't let anyone use these tiny perceived imperfections against you. You're a badass, you rock, and you deserve reciprocity in anything and everything you do. And that goes for everyone in here.
Okay, next is Nut Slap. Man, I don't know if he's still here though. He was just here, but he hasn't answered.
We'll
He
read
might
for
be
him.
working.
I feel bad. He bought a book from me like 2 months ago and I forgot. I just got it, mailed it out yesterday. He's like, am I not getting that book? I was like, oh my God. And I'm usually like militant about when people buy something from me, getting it to them. I forgot to write it down, but I covered it. I sent it out yesterday. We can only change ourselves and we can't save everybody. That is absolutely right.
So you're going to go ahead and do him?
Yeah, I'm going to read for Nutslap.
Okay, I'll give him a time.
He's at work.
Yeah, I figured he was.
Miss Pixie, also watch for random people coming in. Like, I keep hearing like fake smile. Like, I know we want to believe that everyone's going to match our energy. You're kind to everyone, probably to a fault. You give and you give and you give. And I feel like somebody lower vibrational is recognizing this about you. And they're going to approach you because they need to be fed. They want supply. Don't give it to them. You'll know them right away. Yeah, Smoochie, don't do that. I mean, I warned you guys, so. I should put you in timeout. I'm serious, guys, because you're losing me money when YouTube goes through and sees that. And it's absolutely ridiculous. But I signed a contract with YouTube that I would not let that go on in my chat. So, and they are really jerky about it, especially to the smaller channels like me who make them like no money. They don't care about me. They'll flag me so quick. They do. All right, Nutslap. Cat. What is it with this deck? Wait. I only meant to put her in timeout. Why does it say she was banned? I didn't mean to ban her. I just meant to put user in timeout. Yeah, Smoochie, if you're listening, I will have to fix this at the end of the stream. I meant to time you out. Oh boy. Okay, I'm going to take care of that after I read for Nutslap. It's a very quick fix.
Gemma, it's so, in the chat, in YouTube, it says she is banned for 300 seconds.
Oh, so okay.
She's not like gone.
I thought I like banned her from because I don't time people out, but I have to. Lotus Girl, sleep well. I love you. All right. Nutslap, Cat People, directed by Jacques Tournier in 1942. I like the dark. It's friendly. You got it in the upright position. No one can help being who they are. Self-awareness is important, but using it to repress our true feelings can lead only to misery. Fellow travelers may see past our public performative airs and sense a kindred spirit, even as we seek cover in shadow. Nicole, you should listen to this as well. Passionate feelings and heated emotions can reveal our true nature. Is this really something to be feared? So in the upright, embrace your hunting instinct. Focus on the world outside. Nutslap, I've been telling you this for, I don't know, maybe years, months, a long time, at least a year. You have to get out there. You have to put yourself out there. You can't expect the universe to drop, I don't know what you're really looking for, but a romantic relationship. In my case, a beach house just into your lap. And I know you work really hard, as in physically work to make a paycheck, but what are you doing for yourself outside of that? You help your family. You work to survive, but what are you doing outside of that to bring happiness and joy into your life, to bring kindred spirits like those in this chat? If any of us live near each other, you can forget it. There'd be a hurricane of amazingness running through northern New Jersey if y'all were near me. Nuts up, you have to find people like you found in this chat in real life. And this is for all of us. And that's so hard for us to do. Because a lot of us like just being in front of I know for me, it's so easy for me to be Gemma with you guys, right? But in my actual daily life, it's hard for me to be her because I don't have the support every single day of someone saying, Gemma's awesome, you're amazing. There's just nothing. So I'm self-conscious when I leave my house. Do I look okay? Is my hair weird? Should I be wearing a wig? Am I wearing too much makeup? Am I showing too much? I'm constantly second guessing myself in front of other people. I'm very insecure. I'm very awkward. But on YouTube, I'm a badass. You can't mess with me, right? Nutslab, this is like finding your people in life. They are all around you. The universe is putting people and opportunities and putting you in places that are going to change your life. It's like a form of magic. But if you're not putting yourself out there, you're not going to receive any of this energy. If you're just going to work, going home, helping your mom, going to sleep, going to work, going home, helping your landlord, going to sleep, going to work, and wash, rinse, repeat as needed. Whatever you're looking for in life is not going to fall into your lap. And I know you don't want to be at your job forever. You want to do something else. Are you actively pursuing that? Do you have too high of an expectation of yourself and of what you want in life? These are questions you should be asking yourself and figuring it out. Take a chance. You have this attitude of oh, thank you, Raymond. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. You have this really sarcastic, very witty, fun attitude. I can't imagine having a bad time hanging out with you. So imagine how people around you are going to feel once you open up and just be yourself. The right people are going to attract to you. There are going to be people that are going to be offended by your sarcasm. Okay, boy, bye, girl, bye, bye, bye. Who cares? The right people will adore you for it. For those same things that this one person perceives as a flaw, other people will perceive as awesomeness and amazingness. But you have to see that in yourself. And I never did either until I was in one particular type of relationship where I always felt and feel judged. Instead of saying, I watched your stream, you did an amazing job, I'll hear a sarcastic remark of, oh, we don't need to go and do that because you're an introvert, right? Like you say on your stream all the time, you're introverted. That's what you portray. That's what you are. I shouldn't have to, and I'm not saying that's a romantic relationship or otherwise, but there are people in my life who use Gemma against me, whether out of jealousy or fear or whatever, but I'm starting to realize that's their problem. And I love them anyway, that's their problem. But I know when I put my makeup on in the morning and I put my wig on and I'm going to film, I'm like, now I'm Gemma, and otherwise I'm just mom, and that's fine. That's my slave name, but either way, you've got to put yourself out there. There are so many people around you right now that just want to be around you. Go get it. Get it. Get it. Yeah. Heather, are you still here? I'm so sorry you guys are having issues. I might have to just pop my hair up because I'm starting to get hurt in this wig. I've been wearing it all day. All right, who's next?
Okay, actually, Smoochie and Rachel's next.
That's okay. I'm not mad with her. I'm just saying. I was kind of just playing with her because I felt like she challenged me, but I'm not angry with her. Smoochie's going to be Smoochie.
Yes,
That's one of the reasons I love her.
Hopefully
I just also don't want to get demonetized.
Yes. So, and they're cracking down.
They are. They're sending emails now. Like, you can't, like, the short I did where it was like, la, 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 whatever, la. And I was like, B, you better be kidding. They demonetized that because I said the B word, even though it was a part of the short of the song. So now I make no money off that. And it took me like an hour. So, you know, it's serious, especially when I don't have any other income. So I'm not trying to be mean. And that's another reason that Ghost Dragons has been putting all my videos on Rumble, but I have over 1,000 videos, so it's going to take some time. Nutslap, then you are just not meeting the right people, honey, because the universe, what your team is telling me is that you've missed so many opportunities by not accepting invitations, by not, I don't know if you're the type of person, like I love to take myself out to dinner, to go shopping by myself. I'll go to a movie alone. Like I love me some me time. If I don't want to spend time with me, who else is going to want to? You've got to get comfortable with being alone and then put yourself out there, because then you'll be able to go out and, you know, maybe flirt with the waitress or meet the real estate agent with your dream house. Like, you don't know what's out there until you get out there. And again, this is not my advice, because I'd be a hypocrite if I gave 99% of this advice. This is your team. Mark Hall said, Gemma, you and the real you are awesome. Hail to the queen and the real you. I love you guys. Paranormal Pixie, yes. I don't even want to. Yes, that is absolutely the truth. Yeah, she's our Smoochie and we love her, but she's feisty. And I am too. That's my natural personality. I have to dull myself down to do YouTube. That's why we're going to Rumble. And we'll still be on YouTube. Don't worry. But Rumble accounts are free. And I would suggest, if you want to keep up with my stream and me, get them. Because if I can start streaming this on Rumble and YouTube, I'm going to mainly be on Rumble. Because YouTube's going to be demonetizing. Divine Empathic, I mean, it's true. Mom. I'm not mom anymore. I'm mama. My sweet boy calls me mama. But Ghost Dragons can attest. I'm yo, bruh, breh, hey.
Woman. I heard him. Well, we won't say
woman.
What he called it. I heard him. What was that sexy lady?
Sexy lady.
Yeah, I was like.
One time he referred to me as the female. Heather, hang tight on Rumble. I will talk to you about it when I do your personal next week, and I'll send you the link. All you do, I'll send it to your phone. You click the link, it'll bring you into my YouTube, into your reading. It's only for me and you, and Ghost Dragons has the key, but he doesn't watch them. It's only for me and you, so it's not a public video. You'll be the only one who can see it besides me. It'll be your reading, and in there, I will talk to you about Rumble. Yo, guilty of dimming down. The female, yes. I had a friend, Smoochie, this is you, by the way. She said, I'm back. I was so upset because I thought that I actually banned you, but I didn't. You're so welcome. Heather, I love that you're exploring, and I want to help you. Nicole, good night, sweetie. Love and light always.
While you're doing that, Heather, it's going to be Smoochie and Rachel.
Okay.
Then Raymond, then Heather.
Okay.
Just so you know. And so they...
Okay. I had a friend that used to call me female. If the phone rang, he'd be like, yo, female. If he had a question, he'd be like, yo, female. And everyone's like, everyone was like so offended for me. And I'm like, that's just Chris. I think it's cute. You know, he wasn't a boyfriend. He was a roommate. He had a girlfriend. Leanne with the Jerry curls. Anyway. Smoochie, you got card number 40, the Nebula Blue Snowball, the card of patience. I want to give, if we have time, because we're already doing KC, I want to give Blue Crossroads a timestamp. Okay, 40. Miss Smoochie. Wait and see, as you are not seeing the full picture. Develop patience. They're talking to the wrong one. It'll take time to develop mastery. Patience enables you to make better decisions with more information. Go deeper. Some things worth having to take time. Our own sun will one day look something like the blue snowball as it sheds its layers and burns itself out. We shouldn't worry, though, because that'll probably take another 5 billion years, which is a long, long time away. In our fast-moving world, patience is becoming a lost art. Everyone wants things instantly now, yesterday. Delayed gratification isn't something that we value. When I tell folks how long it takes me from having the idea to writing to design to publication of my work and for it to end up on a shelf in a bookstore, often years, people cannot believe it. Why would you do that when it's such a long process? But sometimes good things, big things, take time to form and develop. Many cultures that have snow as an element in their environment have stories about the slow forming of snow and the various kinds of snow. Snowflakes are small and fragile, yet if you wait long enough, each flake becomes part of a whole that can be heavy, powerful, and strong. Think of a snowball made of thousands of individual snowflakes, light and weightless. Yet place pressure on them and form them into a ball, and you have something radically different. The blue snowball is a planetary nebula, meaning it is ejecting ionized gases in a late state of its lifespan. Sorry, the words are so small. It's a beautiful and colorful nebula and what astronomers call a red dwarf. Words of power. I am patient and can see my goals through to the end. Smoochie, I don't see this being about your goals. I see this being about someone keeping something from you. So, okay. Like most people in here, when I tell them someone's keeping a secret, I feel like you kind of know already, but you're just not saying anything, like watching it play out. You're watching the situation play out. You know you can help. You know you can probably jump in and fix it, but here's the thing, you're not going to. Because they're thinking that they're pulling the wool over your eyes, so you're content with letting them think that. And that's good. That's what your team's like. Keep doing that. Don't get involved. Let them burn themselves out. They had no right keeping whatever this is from you, but also you're not seeing the big picture of it. There's something here that like you're really being deceived. And while you have an idea of it, you don't, I said this to someone before, it's like because you don't have actual factual tangible proof, you don't know how to approach the situation. The universe is saying don't approach it, don't do anything, wait a week or two, watch it play out. More details are going to unfold, you're going to have more information, and when you have more information, you'll be better able to do something about it. This isn't saying just let people take advantage of you and lie to you, because someone or several someones, they are lying. But before you react, like in anger, sit back and really think about it. And there's a much better way to handle this situation where everyone's going to know what's up and never to do it again. But now is not the time. Let it play out a little bit more, because I feel like you're going to see more of a bigger picture if you do that. Roger Blair wants to know if he's been called yet.
Care of.
Okay. Rachel.
So next is Rachel, her other half, and then Raymond.
And then who?
Raymond.
Okay, Rachel. So this is Celebrity Spirit. Yes, when your ears are ringing, people are talking about you. I've had some instances, friends taking major advantage of me. Yes, you know what? I hate to even say this, but like, let them think they are for the next week or two, and it's going to blow up in their face, and they're going to be sorry they ever messed with you without you actually having to do anything. If you blow up and confront them now, it's not going to be as good as waiting for it to just blow up on its own to where you don't even have to confront them. They're going to be running to you begging for like forgiveness or help in this. And then you have the choice of what you want to do. You can laugh in their face, or you can help them and, you know, give more of your energy to people who aren't giving to you. It's up to you. But wait another 2 weeks before you let them know that you're on to them. All right, Rachel, Celebrity Spirit. Guys, if you have to leave for any reason early, we don't really like to, but let us know, because I want everyone who's been waiting in here for over an hour to get a reading. So if you have to go and you can't stay, let us know, and we'll do everything we can to move you up if we can. I don't want anyone thinking like, oh, I've been waiting too long, and then you leave when you came in for a reading. I want to make sure everyone gets one, because you're here for a reason. Rachel, you got Amy Winehouse, card number 27, stay truthful and brave. And this is one of the 3 cards I pulled for myself. I don't know who the addict is, but there is one here. So her life's label, I keep forgetting the actual word, I will know it for next week, was outlaw. Also rebel, free spirit, and radical. Right. Amy Jade Winehouse was born on the 14th of September, 1983. Oh, my year. And died on the 23rd of July, 2011 of alcohol poisoning and was plagued by her addictions during her young life. She was a Virgo. Amy was an English singer and songwriter with extraordinary vocal talent and was known for her very deep, natural, and expressive contralto and eclectic mix of soul, rhythm, blues, and jazz. As a child musician, she went on to sign a publishing deal with EMI Records. Her work was highly recognized all over the world, and she was an international success. It was known Amy was a very sensitive soul despite her outward appearance and was sometimes called shy, especially when it was said she was scared of going on stage. She had stage fright. She also had the opportunity to sing at Nelson Mandela's 90th birthday. Unfortunately, at the end of her life, a lot of her concerts had to be canceled as she was too intoxicated to perform properly, and people were saddened to see her in such a state. The message: don't beat around the bush, just say it how it is, Rachel. When I tuned into Amy's energy, it was like talking to a little girl. She seemed innocent in many ways, but had a big voice for somebody who was so tiny in stature. She kept saying, like a child, how she did not like people telling her what to do. Amy also said how sorry she was that she stuffed things up and let everyone, like her dad, down. In reality, I understood Amy did not have the opportunity to really explore her beautiful gift as an artist. At the end of the day, family and her love life were everything to her, but her addictions were out of control. When Amy died, she talked of being taken over to the spirit world by an angel with huge wings. Yeah, makes sense, Smoochie, right? I'm telling you, I know what I'm doing. The meaning, when you get this card in a reading, it's saying to take note of the addictive habits you have in your life and their destructive patterns. It's time to own this and to know that you have a strong spirit to overcome this. Also, to be aware of using your sexual energy to achieve things you want in your life, as everything has its consequences eventually. The positive aspect of this archetype is its underlying vulnerability and its power to open wide a heart that is capable of deep love. As many stories portray, once the gigolo meets his match, he has also found his mate. But his match, in keeping with the profile of this pattern, must have emotional independence and the self-esteem to be immune to his manipulative skills. Rachel, like I said, I don't know who the addict is. It doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol. It could be shopping addiction, addiction to food, addiction to sex. It could literally be anything. But somebody here is dealing with hurts, habits, hangups, and addictions. It is affecting you. I don't know if this is your energy. I feel like you're in your own way very manipulative, but you feel like it's justified because people are manipulating you. And girl, I was just talking to Ghost Dragons backstage. Like, it becomes this game of like, okay, you want to do this to me, you want to pull my string, I'm gonna pull yours. I've been pulling strings my whole life off people, and they've been trying to pull mine. I get it. However, there's a situation here where you are really going to lose out if you don't just speak up. Don't play the game. Let me use an example, and I'm not saying this is what's happening. It's an example. Somebody who can get you a really good job singing, making tons of money, maybe even a record deal. I'm just giving an example. They're all good for a year. They're working with you. They're trustworthy. They're helping you out financially. They're doing all these things. And in the pit of your stomach, you're thinking, why is this person doing all of this for me? And then the day comes to sign the record deal and you're expected to sleep with that person. That was the deal the whole time. Now you can do it and become rich and famous and walk away from this person and never think about them again, get what you want. But what the universe is saying in this situation, if you decide to give into that manipulation to kind of grab the control, because now you can blackmail this person. I don't know where this is going, but there's something going on here where it's like this game of back and forth. You pull my hair, I'm going to pull your hair harder. And the universe is saying, just stop dealing with people that pull your hair. If you keep running into people like this, then there's something about your energy, Rachel, that's attracting them. And that's when you have to look within. Now, a separate issue. So let me start here. Take some time in the next week or two to see what relationships are manipulative in your life and start thinking about ways to back away from them. Do not, like the card said, like Amy said, do not be afraid to speak up. Say what you mean and mean what you say. If it causes an awkward silence or an uncomfortable moment, who cares? In the long run, it's better because then it's all out in the open on the table. the expectations, the wants, the needs, it's all out. Nobody can say they didn't know. Nobody can pull that string anymore. But if you sit back and just deal with it, like, I'll just keep, getting what I need and eventually deal with it, that's going to end up being a problem for you. Secondly, whoever this addict is really needs to come to terms with the fact that they're an addict. It's causing a lot of destruction in your life. So if it's not your energy, please understand that you can love an addict, you can love anyone from afar. Stop letting addiction, whether it's your addictions or someone else's, destroy your life. It's going to end up taking you hostage and taking you out, regardless of which side of the addiction you're on, hostage or addict. You have to start surrounding yourself with, I even hate to say this, but this is how it's coming in, with a better quality of people. It's like you identify with the underdog. So, and I do too. So you want to be around them. You want to help them. You want to vibe with them. But the problem is a lot of underdogs are not elevating, right? Because they're intimidated. There's other things going on. So you're surrounding yourself with these lower vibrational energies that really, they're not contributing much. And that's going to bring your vibe down. Please reevaluate relationships, okay? Rach. She means Rachel. I believe that's Smoochie's daughter. I literally heard a voice in my head that said, cigarettes are going to kill you, Roger Blair. Quit that day. That's how much it freaks me out. Wow. My grandma found out she had emphysema and never smoked a cigarette again. She just quit cold turkey. My mom's like, I don't know how she did that. I'm like, let me tell you how she did that. I know how she did it. And I didn't get along with my mother's mother, my maternal grandmother. She hated my guts because she flat out said she was jealous of how much attention my mother paid to me. She's gone. May she rest in peace. But Granny, we called her. I know how she quit. When she used to smoke, my mom would always be like, why are there ashes everywhere? Right? We all smoked cigarettes. She would take a puff through the cigarette and blow it back through the cigarette. She never inhaled the smoke in her mouth. So when it was time to quit, she wasn't really quitting anything. All right, who's next?
Okay,
Let's start moving through these.
Yes, Smoochie. I just put yours down. I hope that was okay. But after, I can't go back and do it now, but after stream, I can go back and put it in and rewatch.
Well, hers is just after Smoochie's.
Yeah, that's what I put. Yeah,
super long.
No, I'll just go back, and if I have to, I'll go back after stream and put it in there for you. I'll just have to go back and find it. It shouldn't take long because it's right after you. Next is Raymond.
Raymond, I'm going to use an older deck that Miss Lara gave me that I love very much. The Mythical Goddess Tarot. So it's Oracle, but it can be read as Oracle or Tarot. I worry about my vaping too, because I vape way too much. If I had to smoke cigarettes, I would have to get up and go outside every single time. And I wouldn't vape so much. I wouldn't smoke so much. That's one thing I do worry about for my own health. But then there's a part of me that's like, I was forced out of addiction, right? I didn't choose it. You can say I choose it every day. Yes, I do. But if it was up to me, I would probably not have quit at least the one thing, right? So I'm like, I already gave up everything else. I haven't had a drink. Well, maybe a drink here and there, but I haven't like gotten drunk in 15 years. So I'm not getting rid of my vape. But then I think like I'm already 41. RJ's so young. Like I want to be around for him. The voice did it. I hear you. All right. Raymond, let's do this. Oh my gosh, I hate when people say that. People would say that to me all the time. All the time. They would be like, just stop shooting up. Like, just stop you. Like, what? Okay, eat an entire package of X-Lax and then just don't poop. Use your willpower. You have self-control, don't you? It's impossible. It's like trying to reason with an addict is like trying to teach a dog to meow. It's just not. Oh, yeah, I know. As soon as I found opiates, though, I let go of alcohol because I would get sick. Yep, divine empathic, same. Absolute same. Nope, give me. That's the card. Thank you. The Ace of Fire, the card of illumination. Mandy, thank you. Exactly. If it was easy, addiction wouldn't be a thing. I did a whole video on the war on drugs, the man that started it and how it got started and how it's not working. But I privatized it because YouTube was on me. I did so many videos, guys, on addiction, but I had to privatize most of them. That's how my channel started. I'm going to read for Raymond, run to the bathroom, pop my hair up because the wig is starting to hurt. I've been wearing it for like 8 hours. All right, Raymond, the 8th of fire. Where is it? Oh, I guess it's number 1. So, okay. The Dakini Kundalini Mama of illumination brings the light of consciousness to all aspects of being. Burning through illusion, she illuminates all that lies hidden in the human psyche of darkness and light, that the true essence of divinity may be shown and realized. This fire goddess blazes into your world, Raymond, now as the breakthrough needed, letting spirit light the way to your heavenly wisdom. Spirit Let her guide you. Know that the light of clarity and illumination that you seek is coming to you like a thunderbolt. The time has come for you to move forward in your life with new brilliant consciousness and creative power. So all of this seeking you've been doing, and you talk about it in chat, you're learning, you're growing spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally, like you've done all this stuff, you put all the work in, you put the time, effort, energy. For what? For what? Let me tell you, you're about to find out. You are going to be hit with an amazing opportunity for more growth, something that's going to be life altering, but like slowly. It'll start off as like perfectly normal. This is just what I'm doing. And then boom. The reason for this is because you have spiritually elevated to the satisfaction of your higher self and your spirit team. They are rewarding you. Raymond, this is a very serious message. The universe is rewarding you for all the hard work you put in, all the pain you suffered. And it will do that for everybody at some point or another, many times in our lives. The thing is, will you see this for what it is? I think you will. When this opportunity just randomly falls into your lap, I wouldn't say in the next week or two, though. You could be getting a sense of it, of like this intuitive hit of what's coming, but I'd give it 2 to 3 months. And a life-changing opportunity, or a person's going to come in to change your life with a relationship. Like there's something here that you've earned. Spiritually, you just need to realize that it was earned. That way you can keep doing what you're doing, the right thing, and keep moving forward and keep pulling these opportunities in. The more opportunities that you pull in like this that are rewards for your spiritual growth and development, the quicker you're going to come out of these dark nights of the soul, which are very hard to pull out of. Great card. All right, guys, I will be right back.
And she's cut back on the Red Bull, so she's drinking more water in that big old cup. So yeah, she's probably going to go to the bathroom a little bit more, and also flushing out all that Red Bull now that she's down to 1 can a day.
I'm drinking from a Stanley cup.
Yeah, and it's huge. Yes.
All right, sorry, my deck got knocked down again. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. And just keep asking for it, Raymond. It's important to acknowledge that you need it. Yeah, it will. And pain is a poopy. So it believe me, I know I felt boom boom down the stairs the other day and triggered something in my leg, and it's been driving me nuts. Nothing worse than hurting and trembling at the same time. It's not a fun experience. So you know how I feel, and I know how you feel. Yeah, that's why I don't do that stuff. Never. Well, I'm hyper as it is. It's bad enough I drink coffee. Yeah, sometimes it is the hardest thing to do is to ask for help. That's right. You just. Key is not to give up. When you give in, that's when it wins. Bye, Baron. She shots you. I never could do that stuff. I tried Sobe once, and it just didn't work for me. Like I said, I'm so hyper already.
My pets. Guys, this is what I'm drinking out of. And just so you know, this is one of the reasons I wear wigs. You see this? This is a clump of hair that's missing that's never going to grow back. Because of my addiction,
Yes.
my vitamin deficiencies. All right, who's next? Who's next?
We just did Raymond, so Heather B.
All right, Miss Heather.
Then
I'm
after
gonna
Heather
use-
will be Roger.
I'm going to use the fairy tale oracle. Someone will get it for me.
I'm going to send her some adult diapers.
Oh, there we go.
Get her ones with a SpongeBob on them.
Scheherazade, stop knocking my decks over. It's not funny anymore. It's actually getting annoying. I have to pick that stuff up. All right, card number 24, Heather. I hope you're still here. The Sultan Shahryar, having been hurt by a former unfaithful wife, resolved to marry a new girl each day and have her killed the next day. When he married me, the daughter of the vizier, I started to tell him a tale. He wanted me to continue speaking the next night and the night after and the night after. And when 1001 nights had passed, the king, having fallen in love with me, decided to spare my life and kept me as his inspired queen. What are the stories that live inside of you that you wish to tell, Heather? Offering the tales that fill your mind is quite important at this stage of your path. It could even save your life in a symbolic way, so don't wait. Speak, write, compose, paint, whatever form you choose for your story, give it birth without delay. But remember, your audience needs to be captivated, so make your story unforgettable and addictive. The thing that I'm seeing here is not so much like, yes, we should all be journaling every single day. I'm guilty of not doing it every day. We should be keeping dream journals, like writing down what we feel blessed about, what we're thankful for, 3 things a day. Like all these things we should be doing, but in reality, most of us don't have the time to do all of it. But Heather, there's something here. There's some expression. I don't know if you're an artist. I don't know. Like, I consider myself an artist. I'm a best-selling author. That is my art. And I talk to RJ, my son, about that a lot. I'll be like, Mommy, Mommy can't draw, but he always says, like, you don't draw very good. And I'm like, yeah, I know, Daddy draws better, but Mommy's an artist with words. This is about you expressing yourself. So whether it is talking about like some form of art, it's actually, when you look at the symbology, it's actually about you expressing your needs, not sitting back and letting other people take advantage of you, take you for granted. You're doing, okay? And we're all guilty of this because we're all empaths. And sometimes you're not even getting a thank you. And like, okay, we don't do it for the thank you, right? But it is nice to hear every once in a while. I feel like there's something here that you want to say that needs to be said, Heather, but you don't know how to say it because, like most people in here, you don't want to hurt someone's feelings. You don't want to make someone feel like you're not appreciating them and their effort. But at the end of the day, they're not putting in half the effort you are. And it's time to have that conversation because you can be miserable all alone, right? You don't need someone to help you be miserable. You've been holding back and you've not wanted to talk about this. Maybe you don't want to, you could be dealing with a toxic person or a narcissist that, like, if you just try to bring up the smallest thing, they attack you and turn it around. So it's better just to not mention it. That is what those people train you to do. They train you to stop bringing it up like you're a dog, like you're a pet. Don't allow it. If you have something to say that's bothering you, Heather, in the next week or 2, that is the time to say it. Also, I feel like there's like a tricky situation where you have to be careful. Really think about your next action, your next move, what you say next. Because I feel like someone feels like they're in some kind of game with you, right? And they're just waiting to see your next move. The best thing would be to get out of this situation and or relationship, away from this person or these people altogether. But it's going to take some time and it's going to take some real thought on your part. What do you really want out of life, out of love, out of your relationships? Now is the time. And when I say now is the time, that means the universe is ready to move for you. The universe is ready to bring in, a new love interest. I'm not saying that you're not happy in love. I'm just using that as an example. Or ready to bring in an amazing job. But you have to put the work behind it. And your chessboard, as I mentioned earlier, can't be completely full because then there's nowhere to put a new piece, right? Really think about that. And I know I'll try it. Someone else said that to me too, and I just forgot all about it. It's not me. Like, I look at it and I see it immediately, but I know most people don't notice until I get on YouTube and I start getting trolled. So that's why, like on YouTube, my hair is usually down or in like one of those buns, because the bun pulls attention away from it. People think the wigs are all about vanity, and really they're just about my like image of myself, like my hair, you know, and what I've gone through with it. I finally grew it out. The hair finally grew back for the most part. And then I went to get it cut, and the woman basically shaved my head. So I'm very sensitive with my hair. I love you guys so much. Who's next?
Mr. Roger Blair. And we love you too,
Thank
Raymond.
you, Aunt Edna. Roger, I'm going to use Moonology Manifestations. I'll check it out, Aunt Edna. I probably have some somewhere.
We see you, Roger.
Roger.
Roger. From Star Wars. Roger.
New moon. Okay. Weirdo. New moon in Aquarius. Open up to change. I'm going to do it, Aunt Anna, for sure. Roger, big changes are forecast, but you need to let events unfold with as little steering as possible from you. Sometimes you just need to take a bit of space from a person or from a situation. If you know you've been too emotional about someone or something, this card offers you the chance to cool things down. A rational, even slightly aloof assessment of your current circumstances is called for. Allow for things to develop. Try to think of your situation from a different angle. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to friends, networks, a wish coming true, science, tech, or online dating. Be yourself. Independence doesn't have to mean loneliness. A group of people rather than one person may be the ones to help you. Your manifestation affirmation, there is only one me. It's safe to be me, and I love me. Everybody should be listening to that manifestation, myself included. So, Roger, okay. Heather, you're so welcome. Thank you for coming in. I love that you're here. You have a really positive energy of exploring, like you're willing to absorb, to learn, to understand. And I appreciate that. Like you're eager to be a part of what's going on with you spiritually. That means you're connecting. And that's amazing, because most people spend their lives asleep, not understanding that there is a world of spirit. There is a such thing as energy and vibration. And if we don't work with it, it will work against us inadvertently without even trying. All right. Beholds. All right, Roger, I'm sorry. Okay. There's a situation here that you have very high expectations of, but deep down inside, you know that you shouldn't. The universe is saying, don't get involved. Like, don't try to force someone or push a situation. Like, just sit back and let it happen. Because if you push someone, like say you want to raise at work and you're putting pressure on your boss because you know you're basically expendable, that the person, he'll give it to you, but he's going to regret it in 2 months, and then you might lose your job and a friend if the boss is your friend. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't try to overthink, overanalyze, and micromanage everything. Sometimes it's best to just sit back and let things happen as they're supposed to, with no expectation. And that's really hard because, you know, for example, like if you have an expectation of someone you love that they're going to reciprocate your energy and they never do, take a person that's perpetually late. This is the best way to explain this. And you agree that they're going to pick you up at 5 o'clock. Every week on Thursday, you need to be picked up from work at 5 o'clock. Every week on Thursday, they agree to be there at 5. You call them at 4. They say they're on their way, and they don't show up till 6:30. No apology, no explanation. It is what it is. And this happens every single week. But every single week, when they agree to pick you up at 5, you still expect them to follow through, even though for 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, they have gotten there at 6 or 6:30. This person obviously doesn't respect you as a human being. They don't respect your time. Their time is more valuable than yours. They don't respect you enough to show up for you. Do you understand? But if you try to force it, or if you have this expectation, you're going to be disappointed and let down every single time. It's best to just save up the money in Uber or walk if you have to, so you don't have to feel like such a piece of poop when the person that always can depend on you, because you're there at 4:45 when they need you there at 5, and they don't have to call you to remind you. They don't have to remind you 10 times. They don't have to make sure you're on your way. They need you. You're there early to make sure you don't fail them. That is not reciprocity. That is one person putting themselves in a position, like a heightened position in a relationship or situation. Doesn't matter if it's significant other or not. You have a situation like this. You have that quote unquote perpetually late person that you're still expecting to show up on time. And the universe is saying, stop trying to think of ways to explain to them how it makes you feel. Stop trying to, they're always going to show up late because they don't respect the relationship, your time, or really anything about you. And I know that's harsh, but that's the best example I can give of what's going on or what's about to start happening. So the best thing to do is move away from this person and stop expecting things from them. But also the hardest part here, Roger, will be, not giving to them. The hardest part will be not still giving yourself to them and being there for them, because that's just something you do because you care about this person and how they feel. Like, obviously you show up on time or early. It's not obvious to them. When someone shows you how they feel, you have to believe them, because that expectation will hurt you and fail you every single time when you're dealing with a toxic and or narcissistic person. Jules says we missed her.
No, she was after Nicole Perone.
So we did miss her.
No, we did Nicole Perone, and you did Jules after her.
I didn't read for Jules.
You sure?
I'm positive I did not read for Jules.
Well,
no. I'll read for her right now. I mean,
yeah, we can do that. Nightfall. I swear, I called.
No, it's because I had to go to the bathroom 4 times.
Oh, and that broke my.
All right, blame me. I get it.
No,
Jules, I'm using the divine. I'm using the divine circus. If you're staying. All right. Ooh, Tiger Angel. Card number 4, Jules. And Edna, that is so true. And once you grow, like, you can be with like 10 narcissists throughout your life and like never learn the lesson. Once you finally learn that lesson, you'll never be snagged by one again. It's like you finally, like, something clicks that like, I wish that would happen for people sooner rather than later. All right. Tiger Angel, Jules. We all have moments where we wonder if we're doing such a great job at this game of life. The idea of helping others might appeal to us, and yet when we have our moments of struggle in our own lives, we may question whether or not we are a good candidate to protect, guide, and nurture others. When this desire to create a positive contribution to the world exists in your heart, you must remember that such desire was placed there on purpose for your life's purpose. The universe knows what you are capable of and believes in you. Even though you don't always realize it, Jules, you have the light of an angel and the fierceness of a tiger within you. You are capable of so much more than you give yourself credit for or that you realize. One of your spiritual gifts is the art of invisible influence. This empowers you to guide others without breaking the spirit of those you lead. You don't need to tell others what to do or how to be. You can simply hold a vision of them in your heart, a vision that sees them being and becoming all they can be. Your influence becomes powerful in the lives of others based on how you choose to live. Even if you don't say a word, your presence assists. Maybe your invisible influence extends to your family, your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, or even to clients. It might even be the world at large you're helping simply through how you choose to think and be in your own life. There is a truth in your heart, the truth that knows every being is loved and deserves to feel safe and live their life in freedom and truth. Your adherence to this truth can tame even the most fearful and resistant thoughts within you and the people around you. Remembering the ability you have to calm the heart and empower the soul creates a feeling of security within you. Your invisible influence also helps all beings to remember that there's no need for fear and that together we can create a world where all creatures are happy and free. Jules, this is you not working enough with your ability, right? So, hey, Life with Bobby. It's like you want to put yourself out there. You want to help others, but you've been so disappointed with others not giving that back reciprocity again, that you're not putting yourself out there. You're not offering to help, like maybe a little bit, but like nothing. You're not giving like you used to. And the universe is saying, your team is saying, the world needs you. It's not saying go out and be taken advantage of. It's not saying to go out and be used, abused, or manipulated. It's saying, look at the red flags and move away. Pick and choose who you help, what you give your energy to. You don't have to give your energy to every single person that comes to you for energy. You don't have to, just like you don't have to give $1 to every person asking for one, regardless of if you're a millionaire. You don't have to. And I feel like you have to, like, the universe wants you to learn the difference between what you have to do in life and what you want to do. And that's when you'll be able to decipher who's worthy of your help, of your love, of your spirit, of your energy, of your soul, and who isn't. And to be able to not only distinguish the two, but to put up those blocks and boundaries when someone is taking too much, or when you know they don't really need your help, they need supply, right? You're closing yourself in and you're dimming. The universe, the world needs you to push your light out. After Life with Bobby, there will be no more. I'm cutting off stream now. Like no more new people. Life with Bobby will be the last, besides the timestamps. If you're already in here, don't worry. I'm not kicking y'all out. I'm just saying. All right, who's next? I hope Jules heard that.
I wrote down a timestamp just in case.
Okay.
Next is Divine.
All right, Miss Divine Empathic.
And Life with Bobby says she passes.
Okay. Well, welcome anyway. It's good to see you. I'm going to use the fairy blessing cards for you, Divine Empathic. Get out. Got to use my mom voice.
If she don't ask me for coffee and smoke, she tells me. By the way, Mom, where are you?
Mike J. No, you're not. Nobody's late. I'm not. I always choose a cutoff time. So this is the cutoff time. It's not, there's nothing to it. It's a Friday night. I don't have anywhere to be. I don't accept people at like 11, so there's always a cutoff time. It has nothing to do with you guys. I would love to read for every one of you, whoever wants a reading. I got plenty of decks I haven't used yet. All right. Divine Empathic, I'm using fairy blessing cards. This was a gift from Miss Shauna, Blue Crossroads in Shauna's name. This deck, very special. He sent me, so this is artwork. I believe her name's Amy Brown. I love her artwork. And one of these cards, I don't know which one it is. Shauna got blown up into a big poster-sized picture, and RJ begged me, here it is, to put it in his room. So I have a giant poster size of this, which perfectly matches my dark blue carpet and light blue walls. It's beautiful. All right, Divine, you got a gift of laughter. Card number 25. The gift of your own determination, will, and ability. Nope, that's not it. Oh, card number 23. I'm sorry. The fairy gift of laughter to lighten the day and bring you the blessings of mirth and revelry. Laughter is a blessing directly from the Fae. They are deeply serious beings, and yet they know how to laugh and to play, to find the humor in every troubling time, and to understand how to lighten the load that we all can carry. Divine, let this blessing of fairy laughter and joy be yours this day. May there be moments that see you tickled with a smile playing about your lips. May clean, free-spirited fun be yours, making fun of none, but having fun and finding the sense of the ridiculousness in all situations that at times take themselves so seriously that they need a little levity. Mandy, right? War criminal, what's that? For when there is laughter, pure good-hearted laughter, it lightens the load of all around you and helps you do the serious work that must be done as you have found a way through the stifling properness of the world. Fairies do not play by the same rules as humans. They find humor and joy within so many situations and are able to blast through the stiffness and the pomposity of so much of the human world. So let their laughter ring through your life like fairy bells. Let yourself laugh deeply, wildly, freely, and know that this joy and the sense of delight is a blessing straight from their wild and free world to yours this day. Blessings of fairy laughter to you, my friend. This is definitely about seeing the lighter side of a situation. So there's something pretty serious going on here. And I'm sure there are a few serious situations in your life right now. But this is something that, like, if you just change your perspective, you'll understand, Divine, that this is not that serious. There's a way through this without having to, come out the other side with battle scars and hurt. I feel like if you just would stop taking something so seriously, either it's a person, it's a relationship, some situation in your life, it's like nobody else, if there's one person or several people involved, something at work, something in a relationship, it's like, if they don't seem to be taking it so seriously, then why are you? And if you're the only one taking it seriously, then why are you involved? Also, I believe that the universe is telling you, you know what? Back away from this energy sucking situation or relationship and do something for yourself that's fun. Take your daughter out and do something fun. Do you, be you, laugh until it hurts, laugh until you snorkel like I do, or snort, whatever it's called, and just have a good day. You need a timeout, you need a break, and you have to take that any way you can find it. So even if you only have 2 hours, watch a comedy, a rom-com, do something that makes you feel good. I promise you, after you do that, your stress level will be so reduced that you'll be able to think clearly about this situation that was before so serious, like you couldn't even fathom it. Now you're like, oh, duh, that's the answer. That the answer is not going to come to you unless you take a time out and do something for you. Spend some of your energy on you, Divine. You deserve it and you're worth it. Who's next?
Divine.
That's who I just read for.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Did Munchie? Oh, that's what happened. I crossed. Okay. Donna's not here, is she? I saw that.
I was making faces that whole time. He's on top of it.
I love
we
you
didn't
too.
do Darling Deb yet. I know that.
Okay, and then after that is Mandy.
Okay.
So if you don't want to do Donna, do Mandy.
Darling Deb, I'm going to use for you the Fairy Tale Oracle. Sometimes these are a little long. No, you know what it is? It is a distraction when I get up and start moving around. It does kind of break the energy. I don't usually use the bathroom during the streams. You guys know that, but I've been drinking so much water to try to stay off the Red Bull. So I'll give him a waffle sandwich still. All right, Darling Deb. No, Darling Deb, this is you. Mandy's next.
You did, Darling Deb.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Did I read for you?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so Mandy, I'm going to use Fairy Tale for you. What is going on?
Now you're making me look bad.
Now I am. Totally. How did I know? Oh, Deb, you'll get plenty of cards. Trust me, girl. We've got our whole future ahead of us. How did I know this was going to be the card that came out? Every time I pull from this darn deck, it's one of 3 cards. Can anyone guess? Do any of y'all remember? Puss in Boots, of course. All right, card number 8. It's the card of wit. Hansel. I love that name. If RJ wasn't a junior, I would have considered naming him Hansel. You know. Okay.
Do you need some tape? We'll tape them
it's
down.
Annoying. Like, back up. Back your energy up. It's not that serious. I don't have as much room here as I do at my mom's. So everyone's like really stuffed in and excited. And I get that. But there are some new people that are in, or people I haven't seen a bit, and it's like, wait until after the stream and we can connect. But right now, like, doing that kind of stuff is not going to get any positive attention from me, and I'm going to end up banning people. All right, Mandy. Puss ventured back into the room and began to compliment the ogre on his cleverness. Of course, it was all very wonderful, he said, but it would be more wonderful still if you, who are so great and fierce, could transform yourself into some kind of timid little creature, such as a mouse. That, I suppose, would be quite impossible. This is the famous tale of seemingly insignificant friendships and gifts bringing us great blessings, for Puss is the only inheritance our young hero receives from his father, while his brothers seem to receive so much more. But in truth, this inheritance is everything his brothers received and so much more, for this cat is determined to use his considerable intelligence and charm to raise this boy up to the status of a prince, literally a rags to riches story. And all that the boy must do is as the animal tells him. In many ways, this tale is morally ambiguous because Puss does lie and trick and deceive and flatter his way on up. However, he also saves the life of his quote-unquote master so many times, and so to me, this tale suggests a deeper relationship in that this clever cat who wears boots and speaks and thinks faster than anyone else is truly this boy's guide. Everything the boy gains is due to Puss, and the tale never suggests there is any reparation to be made for the use of wit rather than work in the gaining of status, esteem, or treasure. That's what I say. Thank you, Miss Divine. Okay, no problem. I appreciate it. Everything the boy, okay, I said that. So if you have received this card, Mandy, please look around you for the blessings you have been given. They may seem extraordinarily humble. Who inherits a cat? But what if the cat is the wisest and most clever being of all? The tale also suggests that we respect the wisdom of the natural world, which has no compunction against using wit, camouflage, and hunting skills to live and prosper. Nature does not judge the hunter or say to the butterfly that it's deceitful because it resembles a flower and thus is protected. Look around you for the clues and cues from nature. They are your allies, and their messages can lead you to great achievements. This is an amoral story, and it's sometimes judged unworthy for being so. But its amorality is valuable. It makes us question, what would I do to rise, to do well? What are the politics of status in the world? I think about this all the time with my name and my brand and how well known I want to be. I make no secret about the fact that I want to have millions of followers and subscribers, and I'm willing to do all of the hard work to get there, you know? But some people might not be. Some people might not be willing to go that extra mile. And then you have to stop and think, if I'm not willing to do anything for my goals and my dreams, are they really my actual goals and dreams? What would I give anything to be, to do, to be able to say? Does Puss simply know how the world works, and is he gifting all of this knowledge and wile to the boy without any thought of payment? For it seems that Puss delights in the use and exercise of his intellect, and when his wit and politics worth drawing upon. For Puss is a great diplomat, a wily lifesaver, a creature of two worlds, whose charm is to put to immense use, and whose loyalty is unquestionable. And if this card has come to you, Mandy, in the very simplest of terms, it's time to use some cunning, some true genius, and to have your wits about you and see opportunities out rather than await them to come to you. This is about you moving forward, okay? I know you're going through a grieving process and you have so many things that are going on right now, like we all do in our own way. But the fact of the matter is, you can't stall your life. Whatever time you've taken, you have to start taking steps forward again. I feel like you are becoming maybe complacent in your stagnancy. That's not a judgment or an indictment. This is what your guides are telling me, okay? Don't stop what your dream is. Don't change it. Don't be afraid to move forward. Don't be afraid of judgment, right? The advice my mentor gave me was, do not take advice from someone whose life you wouldn't want to live. Don't take advice from someone who... Oh, I had it right on the tip of my tongue. Don't take advice from someone who doesn't have something you want in life. Not like in a jealous, envious way, like they have, I don't know, whatever, more money. But in a way of like, do they have the knowledge I need? Do they have the experience I'm looking to gain? Right? My mentor is a New York Times best-selling author. Never graduated college. And just by writing and writing and writing, and one book just blew him up, and he lives in a $3.1 million house. Mandy, don't let anything right now deter you from working hard and doing everything you can to achieve something that you've been wanting and possibly working towards for a really long time. The universe is ready to give it to you. Maybe not all of it, but a huge step towards in that direction and being on your path, like your soul chart, like being in line with that spiritual enlightenment, spiritual alignment. If you stop now, that opportunity is going to be delayed. Then you could become distracted. You could start procrastinating. Like all of these crazy things could happen when if you just keep pushing forward now, play through the pain, go through what you go through. You got to feel it to heal it. As Divine Empathic said, it's time to trudge forward, even if you have to crawl, because that opportunity is awaiting you. Darling Deb, exactly. Don't take advice from someone you don't respect and look up to, from someone you don't trust. Like really watch whose advice you're taking. That's why I always tell you guys, some of you don't know me. None of you have met me in real life except Ghost Dragons. It's not my advice. Now, if we talk privately and you ask Gemma what she thinks, I usually will tell you, but normally I'll ask your guides. Like, I don't like giving advice. I'm in no position. Now, if you want advice about writing, about reading Oracle, anything like that, I'm your girl. But I can't give you advice on your relationship. I don't personally know you, the energy of it. I don't know the other person. I listen, I go by the information that I have, as any normal human does. But when I get to the point where I feel like you really, really need some help, I'll just pull your guides in. I'm very fortunate and blessed to be able to do that. That's not normal, but it's me. I'm not normal. So who's next?
Okay.
Yes, Mandy, no, there's no maybe about it. If your dreams have been telling you something, listen, 100%. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Wait, before you do that, answer that real quick.
Munchie Chipmunk, I know for a fact that everybody has guides, except for dark spirits, dark souls, which there are more of them now than ever in the world, in the collective. The sleepers, the dark spirits, both sleepers and dark spirits are different. But yes, I believe everybody except dark spirits have guides. Mm-hmm. You're welcome so much. Anytime, I'm always here. And your uncle is a wealth of knowledge as well. If you need help with something, you reach out to him. He's the man for that. Embarrassing him, but it's true. Everyone knows you could reach out to Ghost Dragons. You've got your uncle on your side. You're good to go. Johnny Yuma, have a great night. Thanks for listening in. Who's next?
Okay, Mike J is next. He is your last official. And then you're going to do Blue. And then are you going to do KC too?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Mike, I'm using Human Spirit. If anyone, yes, you shall bug him. I do it all day long. My 5.5-year-old does it. It's just what we do. If anyone did not get a reading, let me know now. If you were missed by some chance or anything like that happened, let me know. Or if you said you didn't want one and now you do, speak now or forever hold your peace. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for coming in. Remember, if you have read any of my books, go to Amazon. It's so easy. 5 stars, great review. Put a heart in the chat if you're using the cell phone, or you can do the less than 3 sign, because it does, as Miss Pixie said, push the stream out. Make sure you check out the pre-recordeds on Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern. We're going to be discussing Dream Demons. I think Dream Demons may end up being the members only at noon, but 11 and noon. And the other one we're discussing is 2 mysterious disappearances, Emma Philippa and Matthew Pendergrast. Check out the description box of any video but this, because I had to put a disclaimer that's like a million freaking words long in this description. But any other description box of the pre-recorded videos, you will find information of the schedule for the channel tentatively, when things come out, when the live streams are, what the live streams are, my PayPal and Cash App, guys, donations, please, Amazon wish list, gift link, the links to all my books on Kindle, paperback on Amazon, and Audible. All of my books, except the Campfire Stories Volume 1 and 2, are on Audible. You can check those out. I've got so much going on. Just check out the shorts. They're anywhere from 3 seconds to 1 minute. I try to make them funny sometimes. Sometimes they're serious. All you need to do is give them a like, share them if you think they're funny. I'm really trying to push the shorts out there because they'll help the channel grow. I try to do my best for you guys and be goofy and funny and silly. And it just seems like they're not going anywhere. And I don't understand because I'm trying so hard with them. I also do weekly oracle readings in the shorts, 1 minute for each sign. And I do monthly love and general readings, 1 minute for each sign, sun, moon, and rising. Thank you, Nutslap. Your acting and lip sync is really good, Gemma. That's because you guys see 30 seconds and it actually took me an hour. But I love doing it. Shorts are my favorite thing. Besides oracle.
The time laughing at herself while she does
it. Do. I do. You guys see me in the beginning. I'm like, all right, Mike J. Mandy, I'm afraid of TikTok, to be honest. If it were up to me, TikTok would be banned. I'm afraid that I'm going to be like rejected because I'm so old. I don't know. Thank you, Munchie. But I am thinking about it. My mentor thinks it would be a really good idea to like really get me out there and get me followers. So probably in the near future, I'll be able to do TikTok. And I'll also be separating my Facebook from Gemma Jade to my personal because I put family pictures, personal information. And I don't really know anyone on there. So a lot of you will be getting Facebook requests from me, not Gemma. I need to separate it. And I've been saying it for years. I am going to sit down and do it. All right. Spill the tea, Mike. Card number 43 in the upright. I've got triple fudge brownie ice cream with whipped cream and sprinkles waiting for me. So, we love a good tea party. Whoops. Your tea has been spilt by someone. Secrets and rumors have a way of flowing out like Georgia sweet tea. Hot or iced, they grow stronger and the longer they brew. Now is the time to get ahead of it, accept it, and move on. Even a tea party has an end. Mike, if you know your own truth, then it really doesn't matter what manure is spread on your proverbial lawn. Take this as a teaching. I can't even read. Take this as a teaching moment to grow rather than simmer and rethink your circle of quote unquote friends. Yeah, definitely. Ain't it funny? Rumors fly. Okay. Yeah, I'm 41. I don't belong on TikTok. Heather, right? I mean, all right. So someone, whether they spilled your tea or not, someone is definitely talking poop about you. And it's because they're jealous of some position you're in or something you have. They're envious of you. They are smiling in your face. I do think this is someone that's pretending, if not a friend, they're at least pretending to be an ally. Like, I got your back. I stuck up for you. You know, no, they are the one that's like talking poop behind your back. They don't want to see you succeed because they feel like you've succeeded in whatever this is because you put the work in. They feel like it should just be given to them. This is really weird. So in the next week or two, Mike, try not to pay attention to rumors, speculation, even stuff that's not about you. You could have rumor come across, your desk, and it's like, think about how you would feel if it was you. Don't believe it. Go straight to the horse's mouth. This is not a time to be confrontational, but you can confront. You can say to someone, hey, I heard you said this about me, or you can just let it go and not care. But I feel like if you let it go and not care, it's going to continue to the point where you're going to explode and snap because it's just going to be so overwhelming. Please be careful. This is the main message, Mike. Who you tell things to, like personal things, be very, very careful and make sure you actually really trust the person that you're talking to, because otherwise it's going to be a game of Chinese telephone. And by the time it gets back to you, you're not going to know what the heck is going on. And we're only human. We can only take so much. You could be the most patient person in the world, but when someone's constantly talking nasty about you, it eventually will get to you. All right, Blue Crossroads, Magic of You. Yeah, Mandy, that's what I was thinking. Like, it is good money because I don't make much on YouTube. If you guys didn't donate, I wouldn't make much. I think my videos would probably total like $33 a month. And I get pretty good views, but it's just they don't pay much. So they give like 33 cents on the dollar or maybe even less, 17 cents, something crazy.
Yeah, they take a little more than half of it.
They take 49% of everything that I make, everything. So I've been doing this 3.5 years. I only have 3,500 subscribers, but I think if I went on TikTok, I would gain a following very quickly, and more money. So I am considering it. I feel like I won't be able to keep up, but I know I'm going to end up doing it because my mentor wants me to. And I try to follow his advice because he has the life that I want. Thank you, Miss Gemma. Spot on. Just be careful. All right, Blue Crossroads. Phenomenon. Card number 25. Be still and listen to the spirits. Blue Crossroads, it's time to invite and commune with spirit guides and ancestors and consider their advice and guidance. The girl of Phenomenon has sacrificed one eye for inner sight as she bridges the worlds of life and death. She is surrounded by white lilies, the sacred flower of death. This indicates that your willingness and ability to be still and listen will reveal the beauty of your situation. The girl of Phenomenon's crown chakra and third eye are fused in a web of pearly branches that inspire peaceful contemplation. Do not fear the underworld. Instead, willingly descend into the darkness with grateful awareness that others who came before you have learned the lessons and answers you're seeking and are willing to share their insight and wisdom. So this could be talking to spirit, connecting with your guides. I see it more as a being still. Don't make any sudden movements. And I don't mean literally. I just mean really, you're a Libra. You love balance, a Libra sun. You have an Aries moon though. So that fire kind of makes it where you may be impulsive with things that you say, a way that you behave, how you react to certain situations. Lean on your Libra sun. Keep everything in balance for now. Let the situation unfold as it's supposed to without doing or saying anything. If you have to like put it like a pot to boil and go do something else, a watched pot never boils. That's kind of what this situation is. It's like the more thought and effort and whatever you put into it, it's like the harder it's going to be to understand. Because there's so many twists and turns and things that need to happen, pieces that need to be moved, etc., for you to even get anywhere near whatever your goal is in this situation and or relationship, situationship, whatever it may be. The best thing you could do is leave it like a pot to boil, but don't watch it. Watch pot never boils. Just do you. Go about your daily business, check in every once in a while with the situation, but do not think that you need to like overact or do so much or really push, because that is only going to make the situation worse. And I know you're going to have a hard time understanding that because I know you fairly well. I feel like we're very close. We have, close conversations a lot of the time. And I just feel like you're going to have a hard time sitting still. But that is your advice for at least for the next week or two. Sit still, chill out, do you, and see where it goes. And finally, Miss KC, celebrity spirit. Heather, I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm so nervous though, but I know I'm going to end up doing it. Like I said, it would be the next practical decision. My social media is really chaotic. Like I have an Instagram, but I don't know the password and haven't posted in over 2 years. I don't even know how to use Instagram. I have a Twitter or an X. It was Twitter like 3 years ago. I don't have the password. I have no idea, but they're all under Gemma Jade YouTube, which means I have a Facebook fan page I haven't touched. Like my social media is really chaotic. I would love to like get someone to help me get it all organized. I have people that point out how chaotic it is, but nobody offers to help. So when it comes to even like my videos, the research, the scripts, the videos, the editing, the uploading, the thumbnails, the pictures, like I do everything myself. I'm a one-woman show. But the social media, I do have to get it in order because I do feel like that's a lot of the reason why I'm not as big as I should be after 3.5 years. And that's not being, egotistical or narcissistic. It's just saying like, realistically, I should have, triple or quadruple the subscribers I have. I didn't even start doing YouTube shorts till less than a year ago. So I think September I started doing them because I was afraid. All right, Miss KC, and then I am gone, guys. Heather B, I'm going to check it out. In the next few weeks when I change my Facebook, I think we were Facebook friends before I was Gemma Jade, so you'll know the name probably. Just be on the lookout for it. KC, you have card number 28. Martin Luther King Jr. stands tall. So his life goal or lesson, life title was magician/hero. Also crusader, charismatic leader, and visionary. Martin Luther King Jr. was born on the 15th of January, 1929 to a church reverend and was assassinated on April 4th, 1968. He was a Capricorn. He was an American Christian minister and activist who became a spokesperson and leader for the civil rights movement. He participated in and led protest marches for Blacks' rights to vote, desegregation, and other basic rights denied to minorities at this time. King's inspiration came from the nonviolent activism of Mahatma Gandhi. He was nominated for and won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. Thank you, Mike. Yes, and I'm definitely going to keep going. I'm not stopping now. Martin Luther King Jr. is best known for his famous speech, I Have a Dream, which he gave on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. In his final years, he was opposed to the poverty, capitalism, and the Vietnam War. Hundreds of streets have been named in his honor, and he has a memorial named after him. The biggest, I'm not trying to be mean, I love Martin Luther King, but they say if you find Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard or like Rosa Parks Boulevard, and it's true in Patterson, that you found the drugs. Like that's where the drugs are. Always follow your calling. When Martin Luther King Jr. came into the seance, his message was how he wished he was still alive to help with Black Lives Matter. Eye roll. It was his passion when he was alive to make a difference, not only in his own country, but the world as he referred to it in his I Have a Dream speech. King's other message was to always trust your gut as it's never wrong. He went on to say his mother used to tell him that all the time, and she could smell the lies on people a mile away. He also talked about how he was surrounded by corrupt people, even on his team, and how he always knew he would never reach old age with all the stress in his life as he had so much to do of God's work. It was very obvious to us that he was a tireless worker for people's rights, and he made this his life work. No matter the odds and the opposition he had to constantly push through, King's message of hope and inspiration came through very strongly to fit for anything we believe in. The meaning, if you chose this card, you have a passion for helping the underdog and voicing your protest for injustice of any kind, from animal cruelty to environmental issues. You have a lifelong dedication to championing the rights of those who need to be heard. By speaking up and taking a stand on issues, it shows you are on a mission for a higher purpose. Don't be a bystander. Be the change you want to see. So, Casey, I don't think this is you like charging in to like deliver a speech for environmental rights. I feel like this is you finally stepping in with something going on in your immediate vicinity. So like something with your family, a really good friend. You've been keeping your mouth shut. You've been pretending you don't see it. You've been not responding, not reacting, not getting involved, biting your tongue because you feel like it's not your place. Forget that. At this time, it is your place to, at the very least, acknowledge that the situation is happening. Even if you don't know what kind of help to give, what kind of help, you're not technically getting involved, it's time to face up that this is going on. I don't feel like it directly has to do with you. I feel like it's someone around you, your daughter, your sister, your mom. Like there's somebody around you who is really struggling with something very serious. I'm getting abuse, but it may not be. It may be something similar. It's just the way like it's being shown to me. They don't feel very good about themselves in whatever the situation is, whether it's abusive or not. And the universe doesn't expect you to like step in and change everything. But they want you to acknowledge to this person that you're aware of what's happening and you're there. And like, that's it. Like speaking up, you've resisted this for so long because you didn't want this person to be mad at you. The fact of the matter is what's happening is what's happening. Reality is reality. And everybody has to face the reality of their own situation and what's going on around them. You, KC, are being called to do that. You finally are in your power. We've talked about this from your personals. You're finally at a place where you can say something confidently, knowing that right is right. That's it. It's not black and white. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. There's no in between. And I feel like you're really going to take a stance on that. It doesn't mean get involved to the point where you're all in someone else's business. It just means acknowledge it. Let the person know their reality is real and right is right and wrong is wrong. Guys, I love you all so much. Eris, welcome. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to have some brownie ice cream and I'm going to cuddle waddle with my little guy. I'll clean all this mess up tomorrow. I'm not doing text tonight. You guys can text me, but I'm eating and going to sleep, but I will hit y'all up tomorrow. Thank you all for donations. I love you all. Thank you for coming in. Please check out tomorrow night. Ghostdragonzw should be streaming my replays at 10 midnight. Okay. You're on mute. And Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, and we're going to be doing Dream Demons, either at 11 or 12, and the 2 mysterious disappearances. So one will be, I think the mysterious disappearances are going to be at 11, and the Dream Demons are going to be at noon. If you're not a member, be sure to check out the Dream Demons in the first 24 hours before I privatize it and put it to a members only. Guys, I love you all. Have a great, great, great night. Have a great weekend. Get out and enjoy yourselves. You deserve it. You've earned it. You put up with enough. Enough is enough. Go have you some fun. And I'm going to go have me a big old brownie ice cream sundae. It would be, Eris. It would be. Good night, guys.